This has been an iTalk 1067 Sports exclusive presented by Show Low Ford. High school baseball is also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, and Octopus Car Wash. This is a copyrighted broadcast. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or reuse of this program without the express written consent of iTalk 1067 and Country Mountain Airwaves is expressly prohibited. For more information about this game and others around the region, go to italk1067.com. Presents high school baseball on iTalk 1067 and worldwide on italk1067.com.
Good afternoon and welcome, sports fans, to Blue Ridge High School as we bring you a 3A East matchup between the home team Blue Ridge Yellowjackets and their crosstown rivals, the Show Low Cougars. I'm Brandon Todd, Mike's side with Blake Murchison as we bring you the play-by-play action from here at the Diamond in the Sky at Blue Ridge High School. If you're listening to us, got nothing to do, put on a jacket, come on out to the field, catch yourselves a ball game. Well, I want to welcome you to the Sunrise Park Resort pregame show. Sunrise Park Resort is getting ready for their summer, and they'll be opening up soon with all their high adventure activities. Go to sunriseskipark.com for details. That's sunriseskipark.com. Blake, not a perfect day for baseball by any means, but the show must go on underneath the lights here on Tuesday night. Let's jump right into our Ace Hardware keys to victory here. Blake, for both teams on a day like this, what do teams got to do to get a victory today?
Well, Brandon, like we were talking before the game started up this afternoon, Show is coming up off a couple of losses. Obviously, they're a little bit favored to pick to win this game, but the deal is you come off a couple of losses, you lose a little bit of confidence. So it'll be interesting to see if Blue Ridge takes advantage of that today. You also got a couple of your key hitters here. You got Reedhead, Williams, Edwards, Lintner on the Show Low team. We'll see how those guys end up. You were talking about a heartbreaker loss last game that they came off of. Talk a little bit about that. You were telling me earlier.
I'll tell you the recap of that last Holbrook Show Low game. We're actually ready for first pitch here. The first pitch to leadoff hitter of the Show Low Cougars, Zach Edwards, is taken for a strike to lead off the game. The pitcher for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, Dylan Hansen, on the mound. We'll bring you some more injury report as well as some more pregame activities. The second pitch to Edwards is taken low and outside for ball one, evening the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. If you're just joining us, welcome to Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball right here on iTalk 1067 and worldwide at italk1067.com. We're in the top of the first inning. 1-1 count to Edwards as he leads off the game. He takes the 1-1 pitch low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, the Show Low Cougars last Friday, I believe it was, against the Holbrook Roadrunners. A big game for the Show Low Cougars. Had a 5-run lead all the way to the 7th and then lost that lead and ultimately lost the game there in the 7th inning. The 2-1 pitch is high for ball 3, making the count 3-1 to the leadoff hitter, Zach Edwards. Dylan Hansen on the mound for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets as he looks in and gets his sign and comes set at the chest. Yeah, the stretch end pitch is on the corner for a strike to make the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter, Zach Edwards. 0-0 is your score here in the top of the first inning.
Edwards hitting .412 on the season so far. That pitch was just right on the barely edge corner, like you said, Brandon. Outside edge. Tough one.
The payoff pitch to Edwards is swung on and driven up the middle. That'll get, the shortstop ranges over and fields it, but not in time. Cannot make the throw in time as he pulls the first baseman off the bag, and Edwards is aboard to lead off the game with an infield single.
You know, I like that play by Martinez, a way to cover the gap. Or was that Martinez or was that second base?
That was the shortstop that got the ball.
Yeah,
it was Gunnar Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez, great job of fielding that ball. You know, runner outran that throw. I don't think there's an error on that play.
Oh, absolutely not. It's an infield hit all the way. That'll bring up your number 2 hitter, Cal Fawcett, the sophomore, playing second base with Edwards at first as he leads off the game with an infield single. Hansen on the mound, checks his runner, gets his sign, and comes set. The stretch and the pitch is high for ball 1 to Cal Fawcett. 0-0 is your score. If you're just joining us, we're in the top of the first inning. 1 ball, no strikes on Cal Fawcett with the runner at first. We'll go through the lineup for both teams when we get an opportunity. This game got started pretty quickly on us. Want to thank everybody for joining us. Hansen check over at first, and Edwards gets back sliding in head first. He brushes himself off and as he takes his sign from Joe Merklin, their third base coach. Fawcett steps up with a 1-ball, no-strike count. No outs here in the top of the first inning. Hansen peeks over his left shoulder. The righty on the mound comes set at the chest. The stretch and pitch is inside on the corner for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cal Fawcett.
Edwards taking a liberal lead over at first base.
Want to remind everybody that Ace Hardware has a 24/7 locksmith. Next time you're locked out of your car or just need a key replaced any hour, day, or night of the week, call Ace Hardware, your helpful place with 3 locations in Pine Top, Overguard, and Show Low. The 1-1 to Fawcett is bunted back to the pitcher. He fields it, makes a throw over to first, and Edwards, without ever skipping a beat, is going to run all the way to third base. Great heads-up base running by Edwards, as the third baseman did not get back to cover his bag. And that works out perfectly as Cal Fawcett gets the sacrifice bunt, and the Show Low Cougars have a runner at third now with 1 out here in the first inning.
You know, I believe that's a little difficult to watch. Number 13, is that McCullough?
Yes.
Tanner. Edwards was running all the way to third the whole way around. I mean, he was going for it no matter what. And it would have been nice to see Tanner to get a throw off a little bit quicker, but that's okay to get the out at first.
That brings up your number 3 hitter, Trent Williams, with the runner at third and 1 out. He swings at the first delivery from Hansen, and he swings through it for strike 1 on a nice breaking ball by Hansen. 1 out here in the top of the first. Runner at third for the Show Low Cougars as they threaten to score here early in the first inning. Hansen comes set at the chest, and his 1-0 delivery is swung on and fouled back up over the fence for strike 2, and Trent Williams quickly down 0-2 in the count.
And really not trying to dog on him, Brandon, and just kind of making a note. If these guys are going to pull off a win today, it's tough plays like that we're going to have to watch.
Coming up here when we get a chance, your Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report. The 0-2 to Trent is fouled off back over the fence, and we'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here on the top of the first. Edwards at third with Trent Williams, the number 3 hitter, up to bat now with the cleanup hitter, Tanner Isaacs, waiting on deck. Also, Tanner, your pitcher for the Show Low Cougars this afternoon. Hansen comes set at the chest. The stretch and the pitch is bounced in there outside. Nice block by his catcher, Tucker Smith, to keep that ball in front of him and keep Zach Edwards at third base and a run at third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Trent Williams.
Edwards trying to distract the pitcher a little bit with that leadoff. I don't know if you saw that, a jump start as he was going into the windup.
Hansen set at the chest. The 1-2 is swung on, ground ball third base. It's smothered, but bobbled and kicked around, and the third baseman makes a throw over to first. It's hard to see. I think he overthrew first base, but the second baseman was backing it up. So the Cougars get a run in on the throwing error by the third baseman, Zeke Kise. One of those. We'll get him. And Trent Williams is aboard on the air at first base. And the Show Low Cougars get an early lead, 1-0 here in the top of the first inning.
As we start off this game, we want to remind you Northland Pioneer College reminds you that when it comes time to start your college education, choose a college with the lowest tuition rate in the state of Arizona. That's Northland Pioneer College.
The first delivery to Isaacs is swung on and fouled over the third base dugout for strike 1. So we got 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Cougars have 1 run on the board off of a sack bunt and a couple of throwing errors. And they have a man at first here with 1 out, and Tanner Isaacs up to bat, the lefty.
Isaacs at the plate.
Hansen comes set at the chest, and the 0-1 delivery is outside for ball 1, even in the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
444 batting average for Isaacs. Huge.
This Show Low team has some impressive batting averages.
Yeah, Yeager, 650.
The Cougars having a pretty decent season this year. Lost some tough losses, won some big games as well. They already have a bid into the playoffs. The 1-1 delivery to Isaacs is outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Cougars come in ranked number 12 in the state and number 3 in the conference. Blue Ridge on the flip side, number 5 in the conference and number 16 in the state. So a couple of top 20 teams here in the state matching up on this Tuesday afternoon. Dylan Hansen set, and the 1-1 is swung on and ground ball up the middle. That'll get through, and Trent's going to round second, and he'll hold up there as Tanner Isaacs gets a base hit up the middle. And now we have runners at first and second with 1 out here in the top of the first.
Nice job to Isaacs. That's exactly why he's batting 444 right there. Waits for his pitch. Pitch before that, nice looking pitch, off-speed pitch, but just hit, just outside of the corner. He waits for the right pitch and drives it up the middle.
Not trying to do too much with that. Anytime you see someone hit the ball right up the middle, you know his timing was absolutely perfect. That'll bring up Grayson Pace your first baseman for the Show Low Cougars. He'll step up to the plate with 1 out here with 2 on in the top of the first inning.
Pace is a senior this year.
Hansen with the first delivery to Pace is swung on and fouled into the catcher's glove for a strike. Strike 1. And Hansen is ahead of Grace. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the top of the first. Runners at first and second. Williams at second. Isaacs at first. Isaacs with a very big lead over there as he's not being held. The 0-1 is high and inside, thrown over Pace's helmet for ball 1, evening the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield playing Pace straight up as he taps the plate a couple times and he's ready to go. Hansen looks in, gets his sign, checks the runner at second, and comes set. The pitch is a breaking ball high for a ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Pace.
It's something that the Blue Ridge is going to have to be careful of. Show Low is pretty patient at the plate tonight, putting the ball in play.
2 balls, 1 strike on Pace. Runners at second and first. The 2-1 is low and inside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike on the number 5 hitter, Grayson Pace. I want to give you a brief injury update. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center, between their emergency department, advanced diagnostics, and orthopedic departments, their physical therapy teams, Summit Regional Medical Center has everything your athlete needs to get back into the game. And most of my updates are for the Show Low Cougars, and I'll get to those here after the 3-1 pitch. And it is on the way, and it is high for ball 4, as Grayson Pace will take his base on balls, and that'll load up the bases for Deegan Lettner, the senior, playing right field this year, as he has a chance to tack on a few more runs here with the base hit and give his team a nice, comfortable 2, possibly 3-run lead here in the first inning. Bases loaded here, 1 out in the top of the first inning. Deegan Lettner steps up to the plate, the senior. Hansen working out of the stretch, looks in, gets his sign. He's got it. Comes set. The kick and the stretch, and it's outside for ball 1 to Deegan Lettner. Lettner wearing number 5, the senior. Kind of a utility guy for the Cougars. He can play the outfield, a little bit of infield. You saw him pitch a great game against the Holbrook Roadrunners on Friday. The 1-0 was swung on and missed for strike 1, evening the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good pitch by Hansen.
So back to the injury report. Brian Reed, who took a line drive back to the face on the mound a few weeks ago. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the delivery is taken inside for ball 2. He has returned. Thankfully for him, there was no surgery or anything needed, and he has a doctor's appointment coming up here real soon, I think within the next couple of weeks, and he could be cleared, the next couple of days, he could be cleared for playoffs.
That's great news.
The 2-1 is swung on and fouled up and over the fence. Straight back, even the count 2-2. Unfortunately, though, Jake Yeager, I got a report today that he is going to be out for the rest of the season. He's going to have surgery on his hand. But on the plus side of the injury report, Logan Johnson for the Cougars is back in the lineup today as he suffered an injury after taking a hit by pitch to the helmet a couple games ago. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Lettner, and it is swung on and lifted center field. Center fielder coming in on it. They're going to tag. He's got it. You're going to have a play at the plate. Here comes the relay, and it is going to be not in time. Wow. As Trent Williams scores on the sacrifice fly by Deegan Lettner to center field, and it was close as Williams doesn't have the greatest speed, but he's able to get in there before the tag.
That was a race to the plate. Nice job on the Yellowjackets by fielding the ball correctly, hitting your cutoff man, making the play at the plate. Just kudos to, was that Williams who scored?
Yes, sir.
Williams for just hustling that out and winning the race.
Also, give credit to Tanner Isaacs as he advances to third base on the throw. Now we have runners at the corner. 2 outs for Jake Reedhead. 2 outs here, top of the first. Cougars up 2-0. The first delivery to Reedhead is in there for a strike as, Pace steals second, and he's in easily as the throw is offline. Now we have runners at second and third with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. A chance for number 1, Jake Reedhead, playing center field today for the Cougars. Chance for him to bring in a few more runs for his team.
What do you think about that decision to throw down to second right there?
I would have held on to it.
All right.
The 1-0 is inside and high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes now on Jake Reedhead. Yeah, with 2 outs, I would have just held on to that ball. But that's why I'm up here and I'm not coaching. The 2-0 is swung on and missed. Oh, excuse me. See what the umpire puts up on his fingers. I may have gotten one wrong. Anyway, at least one strike on Jake Reedhead. Could be 1-2. Two could be 1-1. It could be 2-1. Bailey Hansen, Hansen comes set, and the pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So I was wrong. And Jake Reedhead strikes out to end the inning, but the Cougars get 2 on a couple hits, couple throwing errors. We'll step away, 2-0 Cougars after half an inning. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 1067 worldwide at iTalk1067.com. Welcome back to Blue Ridge High School as we bring you the 3A East matchup between the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets and their crosstown rivals, the Show Low Cougars. Cougars up on top after their half of the first inning, 2-0. Want to take this moment to thank some of our sponsors. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains. Ace Hardware has a 24/7 locksmith. Excuse me, try it one more time. Ace Hardware has a 24/7 locksmith. Next time you're locked out of your car, just need a key replaced any hour of the day or night or any night of the week. Call Ace Hardware, your helpful place with 3 locations: Pine Top, Overguard, and Show Low. Also, Northland Pioneer College, when it comes time to kick off your child's college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition in Arizona. That's Northland Pioneer College.
Well, we got 2-0 Cougars on top already in the after half an inning of play here. Seth Chavez is going to kick things off for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. He's hitting .412 on the season so far. Chavez, a senior, and I wonder if his dad's out here somewhere watching.
I'm sure he is. Chavez will be followed by Tucker Smith. Batting in the number 2 spot. Number 3 hole is Dusty Landis, and the cleanup hitter, Zeke Kise. Tanner Isaacs on the mound, the lefty for the Show Low Cougars. Also want to remind you that Sunrise Park Resort is getting ready for summer. They will be opening soon with all their high adventure activities. Go to sunriseskipark.com for details. That's sunriseskipark.com. I'm Brandon Todd alongside with Blake Murchison, and we're happy to bring you tonight's game as Tanner Isaacs is getting warmed up to face the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets.
Hey, Brandon, we were talking earlier about the Ace Hardware keys of the game, and we talked a little bit about the Show Low side of things, but what do you think that the Yellowjackets need to do right here in this situation to get back into this game?
Well, as far as the situation that they're in right now, being down 2 runs here early, they have to at least get base runners aboard. Be patient at the plate, get pitches that they can hit, move some runners over, and hopefully not let this game go too long without them getting on the board. It'd be really nice for them. They, like any team would after a team has scored a couple of runs on them in their half of the inning, they want to come back here and get at least one. That's their goal, is try to get at least one, keep this game close. And you go into those last couple of innings of any game and you keep it close, anything can happen. We're ready to get going here in the bottom of the first inning. Seth Chavez steps in, and he stares out at Tanner Isaacs, who has quite the flow going with the hair, the lefty, out of the windup. His delivery is swung on and fouled at the first base side, just barely foul. And that's strike 1 on Chavez.
Well, I tell you what, he almost grabbed that too. It line drive foul over there and almost playable.
The senior, Isaacs, having a great year on the mound is Isaacs as he has his sign and the windup and the pitch, and the 0-1 is thrown back to the backstop as that might have something slipped there. That ball wasn't even close, Blake.
That's right, man. You got to take risk. You got to take risk, you know.
The 1-1 is high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on a curveball.
It could have been a split second away from being the best slider you ever seen in your life.
Chavez batting .412 on the year. The 2-1 delivery from Isaacs to him is swung on and fouled up and over the fence to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Chavez a little behind that pitch on the swing, and Isaacs throwing some heat.
Tanner Isaacs can bring it from the left side, that's for sure. On a day like today where it's a little bit windy and cold, I can't imagine he has his best stuff out there, so you look for him to just keep the ball down. The 2-2 is in the dirt. Nice block by Edwards, and that'll fill the count up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Don't have very many. It doesn't look like Show Low reported very many of their pitching stats, so I can't give you any pitching stats on Isaacs, but I've seen him play a few times. Trust me when I say the guy can pitch. As he's run the count full here on the leadoff hitter for the Jackets. The 3-2 is inside, ball 4, and he draws a leadoff walk, does Chavez, and that'll bring up Tucker Smith with no outs, 1 on here in the bottom of the first inning. And Edwards wants to have a talk with his pitcher as he jogs out to the mound.
Yeah, he's a little rattled after throwing a couple of wild pitches. I think he's just trying to calm him down a little bit. Honestly, that last pitch was pretty close. It wasn't too far inside.
It's a tough pitch to take for sure, but he got the call from the umpire. Don't have the umpire's names for you. I apologize. We want to thank White Mountain Youth Productions and our whole crew braving the elements out there as they're working our cameras and inside the truck. I want to thank everybody. I'll give them a shout-out if I can get their names. 1 on, no outs here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 Cougars as Isaac's first delivery to Smith is in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Smith. Runner at first is Chavez as he led off this inning with a walk. The lefty, Isaacs, has his sign, comes set at the chin, staring at Chavez at first, and he brings it home, and that is on the corner, the outside corner for strike 2, and quickly he's ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes.
Great pitch by Isaacs, way to pick off that corner.
Isaacs comes set, checks his runner, and he'll throw over. Call that his D move as he just lobs the ball over to first, just keeping Chavez honest over there. Chavez obviously back in plenty of time. Isaacs working quick, has his signs and bring it home, and it's high as a little bit of a quick pitch there to Smith, but wasn't able to hit his spot. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Smith is a sophomore this year, batting .323 on the stats.
Kind of a young team for Blue Ridge this year. Only 2 seniors make up their roster. Isaacs has his sign, the kick and the stretch. The 1-2 is swung on and fouled up and over the fence on the right side, and we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, kind of a rebuilding year, I guess you would say. They have a whole bunch of juniors on their team and a couple sophomores, but only 2 seniors. So look for them to be making some moves here in the next coming years, the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. The 1-2 is swung on and lifted to right field as the runner was going. Under it is the right fielder. He has it. We're going to have a play at first as Chavez is heading back, and he's in there in time to avoid the double play. The ball gets away, and it comes all the way back to the backstop. And Chavez is now going to be on second base after Grayson Pace couldn't corral the throw from Deegan Lettner out of right field. So chalk that up as a sac fly.
Man, that was tough. A hit and run, and he got caught up into a potential double play situation. He's almost all the way to second base, Brandon, and the right fielder for Cougars, I didn't catch his name yet.
Deegan Lettner.
Lettner makes the catch and throws it into first, and Chavez has to slide back into first base.
That was a bang-bang play.
Yeah.
But after all that, we have a runner at second now with 1 out for the Yellowjackets, and up to the plate is Dusty Landis. Isaacs has his sign, and he brings the first delivery home, and it is low, bounces in there for ball 1. Landis on the year, batting .367, the junior. And the 1-0 is bunted behind, straight back for strike 1.
You know, that's an interesting play. You wouldn't call something like that on purpose. Yet had he not gone right there, I mean, you wouldn't call a fly ball like that on purpose on a hit and run. But had that not happened in the way it would, he'd still be at first.
Absolutely.
Chavez would still be at first base in the same scenario. It would have been a pop out.
A fortunate break for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. The 1-1, 1 out here in the bottom of the first to Landis, and Isaacs is going to step off and regroup. And actually Edwards is going to jog out and have a word with his pitcher, and that gives us time to thank some of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast: Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Heber, and Show Low, Sunrise Park Resort, Northland Pioneer College, Summit Regional Medical Center, Beeler Orthodontics, Little Bluebird Studios, Deemer's Glass, the Indian Pine Restaurant at Honda, Octopus Car Wash, and Subway, and of course, Show Low Ford. Show Low leads 2-1 here in the bottom half of the first inning. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Landis, 1 out with a runner at second. Isaacs has his sign and brings it home, and it's high and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Landis.
No one's holding Chavez on second base. He's able to take a decent lead.
Cougars are shading the outfield at least for Landis to hit the ball into opposite field as Reedhead is shaded way into the right center gap, and the 2-1 delivery from Isaacs is on the corner for strike 2 to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A lot of room in between center field and left field as they're basically giving Landis the left center gap. Let's see, he sees it. Let's see if he can hit it there. Isaacs has his sign, comes set at the chin, checks his runner at second. Still looking, and now he'll bring it home. The 2-2 is swung on and missed on a high fastball, and Landis will go down swinging for out number 2 as he is the first strikeout victim of the evening for Tanner Isaacs.
I think it's a good intentional pitch by Isaacs. The previous pitch, low, outside corner, called strike, and then he throws a fastball high just right over the plate. He's going to catch him swinging.
That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Zeke Kisei, and I apologize to his family if I'm mispronouncing that. With 1 on here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, and the first delivery to him is outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes with the runner at second is the leadoff hitter, Seth Chavez, as he led the inning off with a walk. Isaacs has his signs and checks Chavez at second, staring at second as he brings the ball home, and it's outside for ball 2. And interesting there by Isaacs. I understand what he's trying to do. Oh, looks like Edwards tried to do a back pick to second, overthrew, and Chavez will be allowed to advance on the throwing error by Zach Edwards. And now we have a runner at third here with 2 outs. And I look down, I look up, and things happen. I should stop looking down.
Well, Zeke Kisei is a junior this year, batting .352 at the plate. And now you've got 2-out situation with Seth Chavez on third base.
Isaacs will go out of the windup and slowly winding up, and he'll finally bring it home, and it is low for ball 3 as it looks like Isaac changes up his windup and his looks almost with every pitch. And you see that a lot on the higher levels. In the high school level, I don't know the effectiveness of it. The 3-0 is in there for a strike. Strike 1, 3 balls, 1 strike. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at this level, at least, consistency and repetition is key. And you have a senior on the mound. He has some experience on the mound, but for him to be switching everything up like that, the 3-1 is fouled at the left side.
Well, you mentioned before the wind and the situation out here. He might be trying to find a rhythm. He's just trying to get back into a rhythm for the game. We've seen some inconsistency in the pitching, but
well, it was a few pitches ago with the runner at second and the lefty that he started coming home as he was still staring at second. He didn't even look to the plate until he was ready to release the ball, and he threw it outside for a ball. Mm-hmm. And I understand that you see that happen a lot at the higher levels, but those guys have thrown thousands and thousands and thousands of pitches. Not something I would recommend here at the high school level, but nonetheless, 2 outs here.
Full count.
Bottom of the first inning, full count. Seth Chavez at third with Kisei at the dish, and he swings through the full count pitch for out number 3 as Tanner Isaacs gets out of the jam, striking out 2 of the 3 outs here in the bottom of the first inning, and Show Low leads after 1, 2-0. We'll step away. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Want to save money on your next vehicle? Then go to the place with the lowest price guaranteed. Show Low Ford guarantees the lowest price on any new Ford in the state of Arizona. Plus, every new Ford gas engine vehicle comes with a lifetime engine warranty. Thought you could get a better deal in Phoenix? Think again. The absolute best deal in the state of Arizona is at Show Low Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in northern Arizona, and soon to be #1 in the state of Arizona. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Welcome back to Blue Ridge High School. We're through 1 inning. The Show Low Cougars lead 2-0 over the home team Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. Welcome everybody to iTalk's presentation here of Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball right here on iTalk 106.7. I'm Brandon Todd. Mike side with Blake Murchison as we're set for the top of the second inning for the Cougars. Coming up to bat is the number 8 hole Joey King. And the first delivery to him is swung on and fouled up and over the screen for strike one. Joey King, the senior for the Show Low Cougars, batting .321 on the year. The number 8 hitter. On the mound for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, Dylan Hansen. And the 0-1 delivery is swung on, ground ball, right side. Second baseman reaching over to his left, gets it on his knees, can't field it cleanly. And Joey King hustling up the first base line is going to be in there for an infield single. And Joey King is aboard with no outs here in the first.
Man, that's a tough one right there.
I am
Great
going
stop.
to change my score to the E4.
Yeah.
Make that in there. I misspoke. King at first base, no outs here. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter for the Show Low Cougars. That's Logan Johnson as he bunts one. A great bunt up the first base line. He's going to hustle up the first base line. He's going to get there without even a throw. As Hansen was a little bit slow getting off the mound and then had a trouble fielding it. And the Cougars are in business here with 2 on and no out here in the top of the second inning.
This is like an exact replay of the first inning. If you remember, we had a batter get on base, and then they had a bunt progress the batter. And it's kind of an exact replay of what just happened an inning ago. So two players on the bag, no outs, 2-0. Cougars are on top here in the top of the second inning.
That'll bring to the plate the top of the order, Zach Edwards, the catcher for the Cougars, with 2 on and no outs here in the top of the second inning. Joey King at second, Johnson at first, and the first delivery to Edwards is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2-0 is your score. Merklin giving his signs. Edwards steps in, taps the plate a couple times. As Hansen gets his sign, comes set at the chest, checks his runner at second, and brings it home. And that's inside and low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on Zach Edwards.
As we start off this second inning, Northland Pioneer College wants to remind you again that when it comes time to kick off your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition rate in Arizona. That's Northland Pioneer College.
Hansen looks in, gets his sign, has it, comes set, and spin move, and almost throws the ball away as a pickoff attempt to second base, but the second baseman corrals it as Joey King is safe at second with not a big lead, not a huge lead. I don't know Joey King to be a man of speed, but maybe they know something I don't. 2 balls, no strikes on Edwards. Hansen brings it home, and it's high for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes now to Zach Edwards with 2 runners on and nowhere to put him. Joey King at second. Johnson, fresh off the DL, is at first as he bunted his way on. 3 balls, no strikes to Edwards, and it is on the outside. Oh, excuse me, not on the outside corner. It is outside for ball 4, as I thought the umpire was raising up to call the strike. And now the bases are loaded with no outs here in the top of the second inning. Figure it out, Brandon. And Cal Fawcett, the sophomore, comes to plate as the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's a good call by the coach. These guys got themselves in a pickle real quick.
Yeah, a chance here for the Cougars to tack on to their 2-0 lead, and we're only in the bottom of the second inning. It does give us an opportunity, though, to let you know that between the emergency department, advanced diagnostic, and orthopedic departments and their physical therapy teams, Summit Regional Medical Center has everything your athlete needs to get back into the game. That's Summit Regional Medical Center. Also, Show Low Ford, I want to thank them. When the best place in Arizona to buy your next car, truck, van, or SUV is Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce. The umpire comes out and tells the Yellowjackets to break it up. Let's play ball as they will resume their positions as Cal Fawcett, the sophomore, steps up with a chance to do some damage here in the bottom of the second for the Cougars, Blake. And for the Yellowjackets here, they got to play in because they can't afford to give up any more runs. They're going to try to cut that run out at home on a ground ball here.
Brandon,
go ahead.
I believe in Show Low Ford so much that I'm I'm willing to let you buy me a car from there.
Oh, that's nice of you. That's very nice of
I
you.
don't do that every day. You know what I mean?
You're a stand-up guy. I don't care what Camden says about you.
I appreciate that.
No outs here. Bases loaded, and the first delivery to Fawcett is swung on and missed as a big cut from Fawcett.
Nice changeup by Hansen to start off the pitch after the break. That was nice.
Blue Ridge infield playing in. Outfield playing, I'd say, straight up. The sophomore, Fawcett at the plate. Hansen has his sign. The 0-1 delivery is swung on, ground ball, first base. Oh, and he boots it. He boots it, and Fawcett's going to be aboard, and the run's going to score, as that was exactly what Blue Ridge Yellowjackets need. A little nothing ground ball to the first baseman. He went down to a knee. I think it might have taken a little bit of a hop at the end, but unable to make the play is the first baseman, Tanner McCullough, and everyone's going to be safe, and that brings up Trent Williams now with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Yeah, it looked like that bounced off the heel of his glove. Took a little hop right at the end.
As Joey King comes in to score, where's Edwards?
You know, the unfortunate thing about that too, Brandon, is a potential double play right there. You grab the bag at first and throw it down
Trent Williams
to home plate.
Lifts it to right field, and that's going to be deep enough to get a run home as the right fielder comes up throwing. And nice base running by Logan Johnson at second base as he advances to third base.
The catch was made, but it was
All right. Help me out here, bro. Edwards is going to be on third. Fawcett's going to be on second. Trent is going to be out, and Logan Johnson's going to score. That brings the second run in. And Trent Williams with a sac fly is the first out of the inning. And that'll put runners on the corners now with Edwards at first and Fawcett. Nope. Well, something happened somewhere, and I will fix it. Tanner Isaacs comes up with one out here, runners at the corners, and the first delivery to him is low for a ball. Trying to get the numbers correct. Excuse me here.
I think that's Fawcett on first base.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yep, Fawcett did not advance. Fawcett is at first base, and there we go. Edwards at third, Fawcett at first. Runners on the corners for the cleanup hitter, Tanner Isaacs, with a 1-ball, no-strike count, and it's bounced in there for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes now on Isaacs. The pitcher for the Cougars, a chance to help himself out and get another run here and bring the score 5-0. As it sits right now, it's 4-0 in the top of the second inning with only one out for the Cougars.
Isaacs had a hit in the first inning, is that right?
Yeah, he singled in the first inning up the middle. The lefty. And that one's on the corner for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Isaacs. Unfortunately for the Yellowjackets, unable to keep the Cougars from scoring, although they did have an opportunity with that ground ball down to first base that was booted. 2 ball, 1 strike now to Isaacs. It's swung on, and it's a little lazy ground ball to shortstop. Comes on, fields it. Throw over to first is going to be in time.
Wow.
As Isaacs is out at first, but that does allow Edwards to come home and score. A bang-bang play there at first, and Isaacs with an RBI ground out for the second out in the inning.
Good stretch by Tanner McCullough over at first base for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. Isaacs would have easily beat that throw had he not stretched out like that and caught the ball. That was a tough one.
Now we have a runner at second. That's Fawcett with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. That brings up Grayson Pace, and the first delivery to him is on the corner for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. No, yeah, that was a pretty bang-bang play there. Isaacs can run. He's got
a set of wheels.
He's got some long legs. The hair doesn't slow him down. He can run. Hansen has his sign. The 0-1 delivery is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike
kind
to
of worked
Grayson
to his
Pace.
advantage, too, that it was just hard enough hit to get past the pitcher, but not hard enough to really make it to the shortstop on time. So
yeah, Gunnar Martinez came in charging and made a strong throw over to first and got him. Could have gone either way. The 1-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now here with 2 outs in the top of the second. 5-0 is your score as the visitors, the Cougars, have jumped out to a pretty commanding early lead here in this game.
Brandon, that was a really close play at first base. If you're listening on the radio, you can also go online, italk1067.com, and watch a replay of that last throw over to first.
The 1-2 is bounced in, and a great job by the catcher Tucker Smith to keep that ball in front of him and not allow Cal Fawcett to advance to third, but it brings the count full, or not full, but even, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Grayson Pace. Hanson toes the rubber, looks in, gets his sign, checks the runner at second, comes set at the chest, and the delivery is swung on, and it's a little ground ball up the first base side, fielded, and tagged out, running up the line will be Grayson Pace, but the Cougars get the Cougars get 3, and they lead 5-0 here after 1.5. We'll step away. It's just Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide at iTalk1067.com.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
Welcome back to the Diamond in the Sky. We're here at Blue Ridge High School, bringing you this 3A East matchup between the Show Low Cougars and the home team Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. Nice crosstown rivalry. And the Show Low Cougars are out to a pretty commanding lead here after 1.5, 5-0, as they scored 2 in the first and 3 in the second. And Blue Ridge will bring up their number 5 hitter, Gunnar Martinez, the shortstop, to lead off their half of the second inning.
Well, Blue Ridge has got to get something going here, Brandon. We can't allow the lead to keep raising up like this.
Martinez will bunt the first pitch foul as it hung up in the air long enough for Edwards, the catcher, to make a solid effort on it and just came up a few feet short. But Martinez is down, no balls, 1 strikes here as he leads off the second inning.
A couple of crucial errors last inning ended up putting the Cougars in a position to score some big runs, put 3 on the board.
Tanner Isaacs, the senior on the mound, the lefty, out of the windup. And a little shimmy of the shoulders, which was super interesting. And that pitch is low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Did you see the shimmy there, Blake?
No, I didn't. I was looking down here to see Martinez is a freshman this year.
The 1-1 is swung on and hit pretty well left center. Going back is the left fielder. He slips and almost makes the catch from his stomach. But the ball's going to go to the fence, and Martinez is going to be around second and then hold up as a great throw as Jake Reedhead, backing up from center field, is able to get the ball in and keep Martinez with the double. And the left fielder for the Cougars, the Logan Johnson, almost made that circus catch from his stomach.
Man. Is it slippery out there? Have you been out there?
I had not been out there. It looks slippery.
That's a huge break for Blue Ridge right there.
So a leadoff double by Martinez as he's at second with no outs, and that brings up to the plate Kai Tanatongo as he DHs here for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, and he takes the first delivery on the outside corner. Strike 1. Kai batting from the left side, lefty versus lefty here in this matchup. Isaacs has his sign set at the chin, turns, looks at the second baseman, and the delivery is check swing ball, as he was able to hold up on that pitch and evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike does Kai. No outs here, bottom of the second inning. The 1-1 delivery from Isaacs is on the outside corner for strike 2, and a favorable strike call for the Cougars as that pitch looked
almost
well
like
outside.
Yeah, like a makeup call from the last
Possibly a makeup call. 1 ball, 2 strikes now, and Isaacs brings it home, and it is on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. And Kai Tanatongo will go down looking for the first out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Nice pitch by Isaacs. Tanatongo knew that was a strike from.
Absolutely. Great job, Isaacs hitting the corner. He went outside corner and then into the inside corner. And that steps up to the plate. Number 13, Tanner McCullough. McCullough playing first base for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets this evening. Isaacs, long look at second. Long look at second, and that's long enough for McCullough to call time and step out of the box. I understand what Isaacs is trying to do. We got a 5-run lead. Let's not ruin the pace of the game. That's just my coaching technique.
There you go, right there.
The first delivery to McCullough is base hit left field, and Martinez is going to be held up at third base as Johnson makes a strong throw into home, one hopper, and unable to score the RBI is Martinez, as that ball was hit sharply enough out to Johnson that he was able to field it quickly. But we have runners at the corner now after the single by McCullough, and Martinez is at third base. Runners at the corners, one out here in the bottom of the second inning, and up steps Josh Jones to the plate, number 4, the right fielder.
A great hit by McCullough, putting Martinez in scoring position, or on third base anyways.
First delivery to Jones is inside and low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And a check on the runner over at first. Yeah, sorry for that. Having a little technical difficulties with our effects mic. 1 ball, no strikes to Josh Jones with runners at the corner. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Isaacs brings it home, and it's in there. Excuse me, it is not in there. It is taken for a ball. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes now. Isaacs trying to work quick on the mound. The umpire's calling time, and now there's some words being exchanged from the Cougar umpire with the Cougar dugout and the home plate umpire. All's well that ends well. The 2-0 delivery is outside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes now to Josh Jones, the number 8 hitter. 3 balls, no strikes. The delivery is inside for ball 4. And that's a base on balls on 4 straight pitches to load the bases now for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. And some close pitches there being called balls by the home plate umpire. And that'll load the bases now for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets and upsets number 21, Josh Marquecho, the center fielder. And the first delivery to him is on the inside corner for a strike. No balls, 1 strike now to Marquecho, batting in the number 9 spot. Bases loaded, chance to get some runs on the board. Tanner Isaacs on the mound with 1 out. Out of the windup, the pitch is swung on and lifted foul over the first base dugout, and Marquecho is quickly down, no balls, 2 strikes. Marquecho on the season hitting .359. Isaacs has his sign, and he's coming out of the slow windup this time, and the pitch is high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blue Ridge Yellowjackets needing a big hit here out of Marquecho to score a couple of runs and take a bite out of this 5-0 lead that the Cougars have, and that's going to be strike 3 looking.
Wow.
As Marquecho's down on strikes, and Edwards with a firing throw down to third, trying to catch the third base runner Martinez off, but he's back safely. And now we have 2 outs in the inning as Marquecho is a strikeout victim. 2 strikeouts on the inning for Isaacs. Both outs coming by the way of the strikeout looking. Can I help you? No, I'm just looking. 2 outs here in the inning. Isaacs, first delivery to the leadoff hitter Seth Chavez is swung on a miss on a beautiful breaking ball.
I like that throw down by Edwards.
You know, Edwards likes to throw, and he has a great arm to do it. And he's gotten a lot of outs for the Cougars by back picking.
Sometimes get a 5-0 lead like that, why not?
The 0-1 delivery is high and outside for ball 1, evening the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, there's some coaches that would say, why do it with a 5-1 count? Why give them an easy one if you happen to overthrow it?
Yeah.
And there's other coaches that say, hey, we got a 5-0 lead. Go ahead and throw it away.
Yeah, I mean, you're at the high school level. You're learning right now. I mean, these guys already got a playoff position.
1-1 count to Chavez. Isaacs out of the windup. The pitch is in there for a strike. Strike 2 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Chavez with the bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. And they need a big 2-out, 2-strike hit by their leadoff hitter to score a couple of runs. Isaacs on the mound, both feet on the rubber. He looks in, has his sign, takes a deep breath, and starts his windup. The pitch is swung on and fouled up the right side, and we will do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Chavez. Show Low already with the playoff position. They will be in the playoffs regardless of what happens for the rest of the season. And the curveball is in there for a swinging strike 3. And after loading the bases, Tanner Isaacs strikes out the side to leave them loaded. And the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets unable to capitalize on a bases loaded 1-out situation, and the score remains 5-0 after 2 full innings. We'll step away. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 106.7, worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Welcome back to Blue Ridge High School. We are through through 2, as we start the top of the third inning with the Show Low Cougars 5, Blue Ridge Yellowjackets 0. And stepping up first to the plate for the Show Low Cougars, leading off this inning, the senior right fielder, Deegan Lettner. Deegan had a sac fly his last time up, so this will be his first recorded at-bat. Deegan doesn't wear any batting gloves. I like his style. Hansen, delivery is swung on, and it's popped up on the infield. Coming on is the first baseman under it and has it. And we have 1 pitch, 1 out to start off the top of the second inning as Lettner flies out to the first baseman for the first out in the inning.
It should be Tanner McCullough in for the catch for the Yellowjackets.
That'll bring up Jake Reedhead to the plate with 1 out here in the top of the third. Cougars lead 5-0. Reedhead, the senior, batting from the right side. Hansen has his sign. The stretch and the pitch is outside for the first ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Reedhead.
As we start out this third inning, Northland Pioneer College wants to remind you that when it comes time to start off your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition rate in the state of Arizona. That's Northland Pioneer College.
1-0 is high and swung through for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Reedhead. Batting an even .400 on the year is Reedhead. He bats with 1 out here in the top of the third inning. 1-1 count. Hansen has his sign, brings it home, and it is high for ball 2. Same pitch as last one. Reedhead just able to lay off of this pitch.
I don't know if Tucker's got some dirt in his glove or if Hansen's just throwing harder, but that looks cool.
When the dirt flies out of the catcher's mitt. Little trick us catchers now. The 2-1 is swung on and missed. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Reedhead.
I think if I were a catcher, I'd do that every time. Really
pitchers enjoy
pitchers
enjoy seeing and hearing the glove pop as well.
Oh, yeah. Who wouldn't?
2 balls, 2 strikes to Reedhead with 1 out here in the top of the third. The pitch is swung on and fouled, and unable to hold on to it is the catcher for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, Tucker Smith, as that ball is a foul ball, and for some reason now with 2-2 and 1 out, they're going to converge on the mound, maybe maybe the catcher caught one, and he's just walking it off. But the Jackets have a little meeting of the minds on the mound where they will separate, and we will pick this game back up. 2-2 count on Jake Reedhead for the Cougars with one out here in the top of the third inning. 5-0, the Cougars lead as the sun starts to set. Beautiful clear sky, a little chilly this evening, but if you're in the area, come on by and catch a baseball game. Should be a good one. The 2-2 swung on and fouled straight back. We'll do it again.
And at the very end of Reedhead's bat, just the very tip.
Want to invite you to stay tuned through our whole broadcast and even into our post game as we will announce our player of the game, our play of the game, and our glass-shattering hit of the game. The 2-2 is outside, and that's ball 3. That'll bring the count full. That's how I have it. Reedhead started running down to first base. He must have lost track of the count, but it's only ball 3. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the third inning. Cougars lead 5-0. Hansen has his sign. He comes set at the chin. The delivery is swung on, hit up the middle, and that'll get through for a base hit as Jake Reedhead takes the full count pitch and drives it right back up the middle, and he's aboard here with 1 out in the top of the third inning.
Right in the gap. Nice shot by Reedhead.
And that'll bring up Joey King. King reached and scored, reached on an error, and then ended up coming around to score last inning. And he'll bat here with 1 out in the third as Reedhead takes his lead from first. Hansen looking over his left shoulder. Has his sign, comes set. The delivery is swung on and fouled to the screen. Strike 1 on King. King coming into tonight's matchup against the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, batting .321 on the year. He's a senior, getting ready to graduate. And good luck to all the seniors on both teams as they leave high school and go on with their lives. The 0-1 is off the outside corner for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on King. Do you remember your high school graduation, Blake? What? It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
You don't remember it? Okay.
Not really, no.
Right. The 1-1 is swung on, ground ball up the middle. Second baseman has it, will tag the runner and throw over to first to complete the double play. As he tags out Reedhead going from first to second and then fires the ball over to first, as that will go 4 unassisted and then 4-3 to complete the double play.
Heads up baseball by Seth Chavez over there on second base. Nice job.
Inning-ending double play will send us to the bottom of the third. We'll step away. It's 5-0. You're listening to Show Low Cougars' presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Well, we're through 2.5. Coming into the bottom of the third inning, the home team, Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, trail 5-0 as they will send to the plate to start off the third inning. Tucker Smith, the number 2 hitter. He'll be followed by Dusty Landis and then Zeke Kisei.
Brandon, you remember your high school graduation?
I remember a lot of high school, yeah. I do remember my high school graduation. I remember I don't remember a whole lot of college.
Okay. I can hardly remember what I did yesterday, man. You're asking me like.
Want to let you know if you're wondering, if you're listening to our broadcast, the Diamondback game has just gotten understarted. It's 0-0, bottom of the first inning, as the Diamondbacks play host to the Giants for a couple of games here at Chase Field. The first pitch to Smith is outside and high for a ball. The 1-0 is swung on and missed, fouled at the plate. And that evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Diamondbacks this year, Blake, you been watching the Diamondbacks?
I'm kind of an Astros fan.
You're an Astros fan, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the Diamondbacks are doing really well. How are the Astros doing?
They're doing great.
You have no idea, do you?
No, I did. They're doing great.
1-1 is swung on and ground ball shortstop. Williams fields it, throws across the diamond, and in time to get the out.
Nice.
As Tucker Smith will ground out to the shortstop for the first out in the third.
See the replay on that. Nice throw.
Trent Williams at shortstop does a great job fielding it and making a strong throw across the diamond to the first baseman, Grayson Pace, as he can stretch it over there at first base. So 1 out here in the bottom of the third. That brings up Dusty Landis as Isaacs on the mound has his sign. Out of the windup, the long windup, and the first delivery is low and inside for ball 1.
Almost seemed like there was a stutter in that windup.
He has a few different looks out of the windup. He had the shoulder shimmy one, but every time he's done one of those kind of, circus windups, if you will, it has been a ball. I haven't seen him throw one strike out of it yet. The 1-0 delivery is swung on and drilled up the third base line, but foul.
Yeah, nice swing by Landis. I like that. He just got a little bit ahead of it, but perfect trajectory off of the bat. If he would have straightened that out, or if he would have swung just a tad bit later, that would have been a deep line drive.
1 ball, 1 strike to Landis here with 1 out. Bottom of the third inning. Jackets trail 5-0. And the pitch from Isaacs. Curveball in there for a strike. And 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Landis.
You can see Landis doesn't agree with that call, but that's the thing. Yeah, you can't give up on those pitches mentally before they come across.
The 1-2 is swung on and fouled at the third base side. We'll do it again. So getting back to the Diamondbacks, we've won every series thus far. I think we're starting the season off winning our first 5 series.
Are you part of the team? Or?
Well, I'm just letting you know I'm excited about it. But this time last year, I don't remember what our record was, but it's been a few years I've been really excited about.
Good. We.
What, we?
Like good.
Oh, yeah. I own stock in the team.
Yeah.
The 1-2 is fouled back. We'll do it again. Nice battle here by Landis, fouling off the last 2 pitches from Isaacs.
You didn't own stock last year, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
I'm very bandwagon-y with the Diamondbacks. But I'll never root for the Yankees or the Astros just because you're here.
Oh, man.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Landis at the plate. Nobody on. And the 1-2 delivery from Isaacs is a breaking ball in there for a strike, and Landis is down looking for out number 2 in the inning. And what a beautiful pitch that was by Isaacs.
Again, we saw Isaacs in the last inning just like this. Take batters. We had 1 out, bases loaded, Blue Ridge bases loaded, opportunity to eat into the lead, and Isaac's amazing pitching retires the side with 2 strikeouts in a row. That pitch was incredible.
It's a great pitch by the senior lefty. And now that brings up Zeke Kisei with 2 outs in the third. And there's the shoulder shimmy by Isaacs, and it's high and away for a ball. And I just don't understand what the shoulder shimmy is about. The 1-0 is in there for a strike to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike as he takes off his hat and adjusts the flow. He works quick up there on the mound. He has his sign and into his windup. And Isaac's delivery is swung on and missed on a fastball in the outside corner as Kisei is behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes here with 2 outs in the third. Isaacs, 1-2 is fouled on a check swing.
Almost looked like they hit the handle of the bat.
And that ball was in on the hands. Kisei unable to hold up as he fouls it off first base side and almost into the Show Low Cougar dugout. And it stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, 5-0 Cougars lead. Isaacs brings it home, and it is swung on and missed as Tanner Isaacs strikes out the last 2 batters to end the inning. And that's 2 innings in a row that he has struck out the last 2 batters to end the inning as he is dealing up on the mound. We'll step away. 5-0 Cougars lead over the Jackets. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide, iTalk1067.com.
You've been there waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Welcome back to Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 106.7. I'm Brandon Todd alongside Blake Murchison. And coming up after the game, we will have our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game. And I got to say, our preliminary votes might be going to Tanner Isaacs, as he has pitched 3 shutout innings, 3 full shutout innings, and has recorded 7 strikes within those 3 innings. And he's having a heck of a game up there on the mound, getting out of some tough spots. That'll bring up Logan Johnson, though, in the top of the 4th inning, as he leads off, and he'll take the first pitch high and away for ball 1. Logan Johnson singled on a bunt his last time up, and he is ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. Hansen has his sign, brings it home, and that ball is line drive left field. That'll be down for a hit, as Logan Johnson will be aboard with a leadoff single.
I like that at bat from Logan Johnson. He shifted his weight to his back foot and intentionally put that ball right there.
And so that brings up the top of the order, Zach Edwards. Edwards, 1 for 1 on the day with a single and a walk. He scored 2 runs. He's the catcher for the Cougars. He bats here with 1 aboard and no outs in the top of the 4th inning. He squares the bunt early, but pulls it back, and the first pitch is high and away for ball 1 to Edwards.
The Yellowjackets got to be really careful right here. This is how the first 2 innings started out, which is where the Cougars have their 5-0 lead.
1 ball, no strikes to Edwards. Hansen has his sign and brings it home. It swung on and missed on a big cut there by Edwards, and that pitch was right in his wheelhouse. He just missed it. So that'll even the count, 1 ball, 1 strike for the junior. I believe Edwards is a junior.
He is a junior, yep.
1-1 is swung on and lifted into the air, first base side, and it will be foul out of play for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Edwards. Runner at first is Johnson. He led off with a single. 5-0 Cougar lead here in the top of the 4th inning. No outs. As Hansen checks his runner at first and will come set. The delivery is swung on and missed as Edwards goes chasing on a ball low and outside, and he will be the first out of the inning by the way of the strikeout. That brings 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. That'll bring Cal Fawcett up to the plate, who has a sac bunt, and I did not mark what he did last time he was up.
Was it the first strikeout from Hansen?
That is not. That is strikeout number 2 for Hansen. 1 out here with runner at first. Cal Fawcett at the plate, and he looks at the first pitch low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Fawcett. Runner at first is Logan Johnson, who led the inning off with a hit. Hansen still on the mound for the Cougars. For the Jackets. He comes set, and he brings it home. It's swung on, and it's ground ball. Nice play by the second baseman, who fields, throws it to short, and on to first. Not in time to get the double play, but what a phenomenal turn that was by the second baseman. And you can check out the replay if you're watching us live on iTalk 106.7. Chavez gets it, ranging to his left, turns, fires to the shortstop Martinez, who has a great transfer and unable to get the speedy Fawcett at first base and complete the double play. But that was super impressive between second and shortstop right there.
That's the second one of those that we've seen Chavez do. This time they didn't get the throw off in time. Back over to first. By the way, first pitch down for ball 1. But great play by Chavez. You know, that's going to have to go in to one of the runner-ups. You know, he had another double play earlier in the game for the Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game.
That was super impressive, that turn there by the shortstop. And what a phenomenal feed Chavez gave him, too. Ranging to his left, had to turn, spin, and make a strong throw, and made a phenomenal throw to second. And it's not an easy throw to make. And what a great job that was by Chavez. 1-1 now is your count as Williams swings through. 2 outs now with a runner at first. Runner at first is Fawcett as he reaches on a fielder's choice. Trent Williams bats with 2 outs, and the 1-1 is swung on and fouled back to the screen. And 1 ball, 2 strikes now on the number 3 hitter wearing number 2, Trent Williams, the shortstop. Trent on the day reached on an air and had a sac fly. He did score a run in the first inning. The 1-2 is low as Fawcett will head down to second, and the ball kicks away from the catcher, no throw. So that'll put a runner at second. They check the swing of Trent. He did not go, and so that'll even the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Fawcett will be down at second on the wild pitch. You can hear some fans in our effects mic not agreeing with the call if he did not go around by the field umpire, but deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Trent Williams up to bat with a runner at second. Hanson brings it home, and it is line drive up the middle, wow. And it is going to be caught by the center fielder, Josh Marquecho, as he had to range maybe just 10, 15 feet to his left, and he will catch the line drive, and the Cougars go down without scoring a run. It's still 5-0 after 3.5. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 1067, worldwide on the web at iTalk1067.com.
Want to save money on your next vehicle? Then go to the place with the lowest price guarantee. Show Low Ford guarantees the lowest price on any new Ford in the state of Arizona. Plus, every new Ford gas engine vehicle comes with a lifetime engine warranty. Thought you could get a better deal in Phoenix? Think again. The absolute best deal in the state of Arizona is at Show Low Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in northern Arizona, and soon to be #1 in the state of Arizona. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Welcome back to Blue Ridge High School. I'm Brandon Todd. I don't know a thing about baseball. I just got this gig to call the game because someone owed me some money. Alongside Blake Marchison. I lost it. Murchison.
Dude, you make my name sound cooler than it actually is. Like I'm some sort of Italian guy or something. No, it's just boring. It's just Murchison.
Blake Murchison. That's funny stuff right there.
The Italian baseball guy.
The Blue Ridge Yellowjackets will lead off the bottom of the 4th inning, send Gunnar Martinez, the shortstop, up as he swings through the first delivery from Isaacs and is quickly down in the hole. No balls, 1 strike. It's 5-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Isaacs will take a step off the mound and wipe his face and regroup.
It's almost like the Yellowjackets came alive defensively in that inning. It was nice to see.
Very good defensive plays, absolutely, by the Yellowjackets. The 0-1 is outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Martinez as he leads off the bottom of the 4th inning with his team trailing 5-0. I want to thank White Mountain Youth Productions for helping us out with our broadcast. These, everybody, the students and everybody is with them. They just do a phenomenal job. They are definitely the highlights of this broadcast. Blake and I are not. The 1-1 is a curveball in there for a strike. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll get those names to you when I can get them in my hands. But that is the White Mountain Youth Productions. Just a phenomenal job. The 1-2 from Isaacs is on the outside corner, a strike, as Martinez goes down looking to start off the 4th inning. And Tanner Isaacs starts the 4th where he left off the 3rd with a strikeout.
I'll tell you what, again, we mentioned him as a runner-up for the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game. He's got 8 strikeouts now on the game. Is that 8 or 9?
8.
8. Just doing a phenomenal job.
That'll bring Kai Tanatongo up to the plate, and he looks at strike 1. And if I am mispronouncing that name, I apologize to him and his family as well. No ball, 1 strike, and there's the shoulder shimmy again, and it is a ball again. I just can't get over the shoulder shimmy pitch. I just don't get it. Makes no sense. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the 1-1 delivery to Kai is swung on and missed for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
I mean, he's throwing off-speed pitches. He's throwing breaking balls. He's throwing a killer fastball right now. He's hitting the outside corner, the inside corner. What is he not doing?
The 1-2 is a curveball swung on and missed, and back-to-back strikeouts to start off the 4th for Tanner Isaacs. And Kai with his 2nd strikeout on the day, and that'll bring up Tanner McCullough, who singled his last time up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and his team trailing 5-0. As Isaacs is feeling it out there on the mound. The first delivery to McCullough after a pause is high for ball 1. Okay, do you see what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
When he keeps
there's
his
a huge
wind
correlation.
up,
Yeah.
when you keep the rhythm the same and he keeps a good rhythm on the mound, he pitches better. But when he tries to pause or do some funky stuff up there on the mound, he misses his spots. And I feel like he should be learning that as he's throwing, but that's just my own personal preference.
He might be next level stuff, though. I mean,
the 1-0 is outside on a 79-mile-an-hour fastball.
Brandon, he's already thought through this, and this is all on purpose.
Well, I'm sure he's not doing it on accident. 2 balls, no strikes to McCullough, and the 2-0 delivery is swung on. Ground ball up the middle. Ranging over to his right is Fawcett. He dives, cannot make the play as that ball goes into center field, and McCullough is aboard with a 2-out single. And a great effort there by Fawcett, ranging to his right, and dives and just couldn't get a glove on it.
Base hit all the way by McCullough. Cal Fawcett, a great dive attempt to catch that ball. I don't know if we have a replay on that or not, but if you're watching online, you can always go back and check that out. Nice dive attempt.
So 1 man aboard here in the bottom of the 4th inning with 2 outs, and the first pitch is a curveball taken for a ball to Josh Jones. And Jones walked on 4 straight pitches his last time up. And time is called by the home plate umpire as Isaacs is trying to work quickly on the mound. And the umpire is going to hold him up for a second. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch is swung on and missed on the outside corner, evening the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first on a 2-out single is McCullough.
Isaacs turning up the heat on that pitch.
He brings it home, and that is bounced in there, and a great stop by Edwards, who picks the ball with his glove and keeps the runner, McCullough, at first. Man, Isaacs, he's a heck of a catcher back there. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Jones. The pitch is swung on, ground ball, first base, and Pace has it and goes to second for the 3rd out. Instead of just taking the ball 10 feet and touching his own base, maybe he forgot how many outs there were, but nonetheless makes a strong throw to the shortstop to retire the side. And we'll go to the 5th inning as you see the replay here as Pace fields it and makes the strong throw over to second, which is what you'd want to do if you're going to turn a double play.
Right.
No need for it, though. There were 2 outs already, but
fielder's choice. That
was the 3rd out, and we'll step away, head to the top of the 5th inning as the Cougars lead 5-0. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 106.7, worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
Welcome back to Blue Ridge High School. That band you hear right there, that great music, is the band of my my guy to my left. That's your band right there.
That's my band, man. Yeah.
For real.
For real. Echo Tribe. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Can we find your stuff on iTunes?
No, you might. I don't know. Go check it out.
Check it out. I'm Brandon Todd. He's Blake Murchison. We are here at Blue Ridge High School for this 3A East matchup between the Show Low Cougars and the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. Cougars lead 5-0. They scored 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and haven't scored anything since, but neither have the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. And the score remains 5-0 as the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets will, the Cougars will send Tanner Isaacs up, the cleanup hitter, to lead off this 5th inning. Isaacs also doing the pitching for the Cougars, and the first pitch is swung on and drilled into the right center gap, and that ball's going to get down. That ball's up against the wall. One hops the wall. Isaacs around first, heading into second, and that's where he'll hold up with a first pitch leadoff double to start this 5th inning.
Man, not only is he pitching an incredible game, but just a huge, solid hit. Was that a first pitch hit right there?
First pitch stand-up double.
Man.
Into the right center gap by the lefty, Tanner Isaacs. Isaacs makes him 2 for 3 on the day. That'll bring up Grayson Pace, who has walked and grounded out. So he's 0 for 1 on the day. He'll bat here with a man at second and no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Hansen still on the mound for Blue Ridge. Brings it home, and Pace swings through the first delivery for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Grayson Pace.
Man, Isaac's making a name for himself tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, he's having a heck of a day. Not only is he dealing up on the mound, but he's hitting the ball at the plate too. The 0-1 is bounced in there for a ball. Great job by the catcher for the Yellowjackets, Tucker Smith, to keep the ball in front of him and keep Isaacs at first base. 1-1 now, your count to Pace. I want to thank Show Low Ford for being a sponsor of our broadcast. The best place in Arizona to buy your next car, truck, van, or SUV is Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Pace. The pitch is swung and fouled up over the screen, straight back for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Pace. Pace wearing number 13, the senior, first baseman. Taps the plate a couple times. And Hansen gets his sign. Checks Isaacs over at second. Brings it home. The 1-2 is a curveball, and it's fouled up the third base side. And we will do it again. A couple of attempts down there by a coach and a cameraman. Nobody could come up with it. Someone's got to make that play. That's your time to shine as a coach. You get that foul ball into your dugout, that's your one chance. Nothing, Blake? All right, thanks.
I'm sorry, you saying?
You left me hanging, bro. 1-2, no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. It's fouled straight back. We'll do it again. Gives us a chance to thank Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Heber, and Show Low, Sunrise Park Resort, Northland Pioneer College, Summit Regional Medical Center, and Beeler Orthodontics, Little Bluebird Studios, Deemer's Glass, the Indian Pine Restaurant at Honda, Octopus Car Wash, and Subway. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner at second here in the top of the 5th inning. Isaacs is going to go.
Nice pickoff
and
move.
A nice pickoff move by the pitcher, and now they're in a rundown in between third baseman running him back, and Tanner Isaacs will be tagged out on his way back to second. And a great move by the pitcher as he did the spin, or the we call that the spaghetti move, and caught Isaacs leaning, and that leadoff double will be erased by a base-running error.
Good job on the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets for following procedures in a rundown situation like that. And it's kind of a textbook out right there.
I believe it went 1-4-5-6 for that out, if you're keeping track at home. Pace now, 1-2 is high and outside for ball 2, evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. 5-0 is your score as the Cougars lead their rivals here at Blue Ridge High School. The 2-2 delivery is inside and it hit him on the shoulder. And Pace is charging the mound. No, I'm just kidding. He's not charging the mound. Just kidding, guys. He'll take his base down to first. How cool would that have been, though? I would love to call a high school brawl. That'd be awesome. But no brawl.
Can we scratch that from the record?
No, I don't know.
We're on like a 10-second delay, right?
I don't know. I should be allowed to say that. Pace down at first with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's a replay. As you can see, Pace takes it like a man, doesn't even rub it, and he jogs down to first base. He's getting a little checking out there by the first base coach. He's good to go. He's a big man. That'll bring up Deegan Lettner. Lettner with the sac fly in the first and a fly out to the first baseman last time up. So he's 0 for 1 on the day. He steps up with 1 out here and one runner on in the top of the 5th inning.
He's not making bad contact, though. It'd be interesting to see if he gets a good pitch here from Hansen, if he's able to get it into play.
Pace takes his lead at first. Hansen checks him, brings it home. First delivery to Lettner is in there for a strike, strike 1. As he watches a pretty good pitch go by. And he's behind in the count with no balls, 1 strike. 1 out here, top of the 5th. Pace takes his lead at first. The pitch is coming home, and it's in there for a strike on the inside corner, strike 2. And now Lettner has to choke up and get ready to protect the plate as he is quickly behind no balls, 2 strikes. Hansen checks his runner at first, comes set at the chest. He brings it home. The 0-2 is bounced in there. Nice stop by Smith. And that'll be the first ball to Lettner. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
All 5 of the Cougars' runs happened in the first 2 innings, Brandon. We haven't seen any runs scored since then. Unfortunately, neither for the Yellowjackets.
Yeah. So great job by the Yellowjackets of holding the runners to just the 5 runs, but they got to score some runs themselves. The 1-2 is in there for a strike, and Lettner watches strike 3 go by. And he looks a little surprised by the call. Looked like a good pitch from where we stand. And Lettner, a strikeout victim, out number 2 in the inning, and that is strikeout number 3 on the day for Hansen. And that'll bring to the plate Jake Reedhead. Reedhead, a strikeout and a ground out.
Yeah, Reedhead, senior this year, he's batting .400, due for a hit right here.
First pitch is a strike on the outside corner to Reedhead. As Grayson Pace, the Cougars started this inning off with a double by Isaacs, and then he gets picked off. And a single and a strikeout. Now there's 2 outs here in the 5th. That's a ball to Reedhead. 1 ball, 1 strike as he bats with 1 runner on and 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Hansen has his sign, comes set at the chest. He brings it home. The 1-1 is swung on and fouled up and over the backstop. For strike number 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Jake Reedhead, the senior.
Brandon, I think the last game we covered here, it was me and Ron out here. Same situation, Blue Ridge versus Show Low at this field, and it started snowing on us. It was about this time of year. No.
I remember those days. You know, I went on to college baseball and played in the snow too.
Yeah.
The 1-2 is outside. It gets to the backstop. That'll allow Grayson Pace to advance to second on the wild pitch. And that evens the count 2-2. Yeah, so I left Arizona where it snows during baseball season to Wichita, Kansas, where we scrape ice off of our field to get ready for games.
That's worse.
It was miserable. The 2-2 to Jake is on the way, and it is fouled up and over the fence. We'll do it again. Deuce is wild. 2 ball, 2 strike, 2 outs. Only 1 runner on, though. Runner at second is Pace as he singled and then advanced on the wild pitch with 2 outs. And Jake Reedhead at the plate. Hansen checks his runner and another spin move, but Pace gets back in time as he was leaning. It's a pretty good spaghetti move by Hansen as Chavez covers the bag, put a strong tag down, just not in time as Pace was able to get back. And it looks like the second baseman, the umpire, having a good talking about it.
Yeah, that's a really good move right there. He's got it kind of perfected. You got to be careful with that. There's a risk involved. You could balk or something, but it seems like he's got it down.
Yeah, it's a great move. He brings it home, and Reedhead strikes out swinging to end the inning as back-to-back strikeouts by Hansen retires the side for the Cougars, and they'll send 4 men up and 3 outs. We'll send to the bottom of the 5th, though. The Blue Ridge Yellowjackets trail 5-0. We'll step away. It's Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide if you have a phone or a laptop or a smartphone on iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
As his team has been able to give him 5 runs within the first 2 innings. Haven't scored a run since, but unfortunately neither had the Yellowjackets, as they'll send up to the plate Josh Marquecho, a strikeout victim his last time up. And then Marquecho digs in, stares out to the lefty. Isaacs brings it home, and it is low and inside for a ball, ball 1 to Marquecho, number 21, center fielder, right-handed hitter. The 1-0 is swung on and drilled, line drive, base hit up the third base side. That's going to get all the way to the wall. That ball is at the wall. Marquecho rounding first base. He's heading into second, and he will stand up there as he leads off the inning with a stand-up double as he turned on that fastball by Isaacs, and that ball got all the way to the wall, and a nice piece of hitting there by Marquecho as he leads this inning off with a double.
Well, that's going to put Josh Marquecho in the running for the Beeler Orthodontics. The glass-shattering hit of the game. Deemer's Glass. Glass-shattering hit of the game. So Josh Marquecho in the runnings for that stand-up double.
That brings the top of the order up. Seth Chavez bats with runner at second and no outs here in the 5th. First delivery is swung on and missed for strike 1. Want to remind you, Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile. And Deemer's Glass, need glass for your home or business? Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down the best place to call. Quality glass at affordable prices. That's Deemer's Glass. Call 1-888-GLASSMAN. The 0-1. Oh, and we have a balk as Isaacs came set.
Wow.
And then brought the hands down and then back up. And he will balk Marquecho over to third.
And that's what I was just talking about. Hansen, he's kind of got his move dialed in to avoid that very situation.
The 0-1 is in there for a strike. Strike 2 on Chavez as he watches a pitch across the inside corner. And Isaacs ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. With the runner at third, no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. As Isaacs trying to hold on to that shutout. He has his sign out of the windup. The 0-2 is inside for a ball. The ball skips away. It's at the backstop. Edwards is back there, and Blue Ridge will slide in safe as Isaacs was covering. A little bit of a collision there at the plate. Isaacs winds up on his back, and great sportsmanship there by Chavez, helping the pitcher up. Isaacs seems to be okay. And Blue Ridge is on the board with a run here in the 5th inning, and still no outs.
And you see right there just how crucial that balk error was on Isaacs, putting Marquecho in scoring position at a third base position where any kind of wild pitch, which we've seen a couple of them from Isaacs so far.
I can't fault Isaacs for that one as it hit the catcher's glove. Probably should have been caught. I'll count that one as a pass ball. But absolutely right, that balk is huge there.
Yeah. Well, that's the first run we see of the game for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets.
They trail 5-1 now, 1-2 count on Chavez. And Isaacs brings it home, and it is bounced in there for ball 2, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think Isaacs is a little shaken up. He got hit a little bit as Marquecho slid underneath the tag to throw at the plate there.
I want to thank Blake for bringing the snacks for today's game. The 2-2 is low and outside. Brings the count full count. Obviously. 5-1 Cougars lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. No outs. Full count as Seth Chavez is at the plate. And the full count delivery is low, and Chavez walks. So
it's one of the few walks we've seen today.
We have a double and a walk to start off the 5th inning, as Isaacs was dealing a great game. Not that he's not right now, but a double and a walk, maybe tiring a little bit out there on the mound. That'll bring Tucker Smith up to the plate. Tucker 0 for 2 on the day.
We see, oh no, that's for
first delivery to him is swung on and drilled center field. That ball is getting back. Reedhead goes back, fields it, camps underneath it, makes the catch, and back to first base, retreats Chavez. And that ball off the bat, I thought, was going a lot farther than it did as Tucker Smith put some good wood on it, but flies out to the center fielder for out number 1.
Well, one thing we got to keep in mind, there's wind coming straight in to our faces here at home plate, and so that's going to affect those high hit fly balls out in the outfield.
A great route there by Reedhead in center field to get underneath that ball and make the catch. He was not fooled off the bat. He took a great route and was where he needed to be. That brings Dusty Landis up with 1 out here in the 5th. Runner at first is Seth Chavez, who walked. Isaacs has his sign, and he'll throw over to first. Chavez back easily.
That's the classic lefty move that we see, throw over at first.
Some confusion, it looks like, between the pitcher and the catcher as Isaac steps off. He's back on, looking in. Long look in. He finally has his sign and comes set at the chin. Brings it home. It's a curveball, and it is high for a ball. Edwards throws down to first. Chavez back in time. And a 1-ball, no strike count to Landis.
Again, if you got that accuracy and you got that confidence, I don't see a problem with that throw down. I mean, it's a
another throw over to first by Isaacs. Chavez back.
It's a risk for sure, but
yeah, I mean, I believe working quickly is Isaacs, and the 1-0 is fouled back. He makes lots of strong throws.
Yeah.
It's the timing in which even if you make that strong throw there to first base and the guy gets back, no harm, no foul. The question you have to ask yourself is, was it worth the risk?
Sure.
And another throw over to first as Chavez gets back. I was a catcher. I'm up 4 runs. I got 1 out. My pitcher doesn't seem to be struggling.
You get no other runners on.
I just don't see any reason to attempt a throw as this ball has popped up on the infield. The shortstop, Trent, runs all the way in from shortstop and then onto the infield grass to make the catch as that ball must have been swirling up there. And that 2 outs now on the inning.
You know, the wind really is a factor. We noticed that, a few games ago, softball game we recovered is the opposite situation. Wind was coming out in the outfield, and, I mean, how many home runs we see in that game that looked like they were just standard fly balls?
Yeah, there were lots. Exact opposite situation happening here. You get that ball up in the air, and it's going to be swirling around. That's why if you do hit the ball, you need to be hustling down to first because you never know if those balls are going to drop or not. Nothing upsets a coach more than someone who doesn't hustle down to first and an infield fly drops and then they still get thrown out at first because they weren't hustling. That hasn't happened. That brings Zeke Kisei up to the plate with 2 outs here in the 5th, and the first delivery to him is high and outside for ball 1. Runner at first is Chavez, who reached on base on balls. Blue Ridge has scored 1 run in this inning to bring the score 5-1 after a leadoff double and a balk and a pass ball. And we got a pickoff attempt here at first as Chavez is heading down to second pace, throwing it down to second, overthrows. That ball's going to get into left field as Chavez is going to hustle on to third base as he was stealing second base, and Isaacs picks off over to first. Pace made a strong throw down to second, just a little bit high, and that allows Chavez all the way to third base now with 2 outs and a 1-ball, no-strike count to Landis. Excuse me, to Kisei.
I was talking about turning lemons into lemonade right there. Nice job by Chavez. Great heads-up base running.
That ball is low. 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runner at third. And that ball is low and outside for ball 3 as Edwards fires the ball down to third. So you see, he throws the ball a lot, but let's say that ball would have gotten into left field. That's a cheap run coming home, right?
That's a little bit more of a
and that run really doesn't mean a whole lot. Why make that attempt when you have a pitcher here who's, fully capable of striking out any batter? The 3-0 is high and outside, and Kisei will draw a walk. Runners at the corner now. At the corners for Gunnar Martinez with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
But Yellowjackets are keeping it alive here. They're going to bring the coach out for the Cougars. Have a meeting of the minds on the mound.
Gives us some time to take care of some housekeeping things. We'll let you know that the player of the game is brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. For the best selection of hiking, hunting, fishing, or camping gear on the mountain, go to Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, south of Pine Top on Highway 260. I don't know who gave me this job to read stuff because I can't. I want to remind you that you're listening to high school baseball presented by Show Low Ford on iTalk 106.7 KNKI Pine Top, Show Low, and 102.5 Pine Top, a Copenhagen communication station. I don't know if we needed a legal, but I just gave you one anyway.
That'll make Ashley happy.
Hey, can you clear how long?
No. No.
We don't.
Hey, we're not at commercial. You weren't paying. We're good.
Oh. Okay, you're back on.
Welcome back to Blue Ridge High School. Little technical difficulties there. Runners at the corner, 2 outs here. And up to the plate is Gunnar Martinez for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. He bats with 2 outs. The first pitch is outside and high for ball 1.
5-1 the score here.
Yellowjackets would love to get this run home from third. Make this a 3-run lead. Isaac's 1-0 delivery is outside for ball 2, as Martinez is quickly ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 from Isaacs is in there for a strike, and Edwards fires the ball down to first. And
see, I know we split hairs on that, but I think that's a good throw. I mean, he was close to tagging him out. That would have ended the inning. He hasn't missed a throw yet.
No, he hasn't. 2 balls, 1 strike. He did miss one. He threw it down to second.
Oh, that's true.
Number 3. And we have a little bloop into left field. Charging is the left fielder. He will let it drop. That ball's going to drop in front of him, and it's going to kind of skip away. No other runners will advance, but that will score. Seth Chavez from third base on a little bloop single by Martinez into left field. And now they have 2 on, 2 outs. That's the second run scored here in the inning by the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. Makes the score 5-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. And up now for the Yellowjackets is Kai Tanatongo. And the first delivery to him is a curveball on the outside corner for a strike. Strike 1.
All of a sudden we have a game that's starting to get close, Brandon.
A little bit of drama happening here late in the game. It's the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs. The 0-1 delivery is swung on and fouled. And Kai is quickly down. No balls, 2 strikes.
I haven't seen anybody warming up in the Cougars bullpen.
Kai doing the DHing tonight is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And he's down 0-2 quickly. The 0-2 delivery. Curveball, swing and a miss. And that's the hat trick for Kai, as he is the 3rd out of the inning. But the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets get 2, and they cut into the lead. It's now 5-2 as we head to the 6th. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 106.7, worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Welcome back to Blue Ridge High School. Blue Ridge trails 5-2. They get 2 in the bottom of the 5th. We have a new pitcher for the Yellowjackets pitching now. was the first baseman, Tanner McCullough. He will go onto the mound. And did they just flip-flop? Did the pitcher go over to first? Is that how it works?
No. We have Landis over at first.
So Landis will go from left field to first. And then, so we got some defensive switches, but the most important one to know is that McCullough now takes over the duties on the mound. And he will face Joey King, Logan Johnson, and then the top of the order was Zach Edwards to lead off the top of the 6th inning. Joey King on the day, 0 for 2. Well, he did reach and score on an error in the 2nd inning and grounded out to the second baseman in the 3rd. He will lead the 6th off. His team leads 5-2 here late in the game. They're at the top of the 6th inning. And McCullough toes the rubber, looks in, gets his sign. He's got it, comes set at the belt, and the first delivery is bounced in there for a ball. Ball 1 ball, no strikes.
I think Cougars are going to lay back a little bit here, take a patient approach, kind of get a little bit of rhythm on McCullough.
The 1-0 is swung on and fouled at the plate for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Joey King, the senior. McCullough taking over the duties from Hansen, and he brings the 1-1 home. It's low. Ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike. On the day for Hansen, he gives up 5 runs with, oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. 1, 2, 3 strikeouts as he calls it quits after 5 complete innings and leaves the score 5-2. He is in line to get the loss as the 2-1 delivery to Joey King is high and outside for ball 3, 3 balls and 1 strike. McCullough has his sign, brings the 3-1 home. It's outside, and a leadoff walk for Joey King. And the Cougars, they have 1 man aboard, no outs here in the top of the 6th inning. That'll bring up Logan Johnson, fresh off the DL. Logan singled and grounded out. He did score 1. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Seems as if the wind has died down. I don't see the trees blowing, which is awesome. Johnson squares the bunt. That ball skips away from the catcher, and that'll allow Joey King to advance down to second on the wild pitch. And now they have a runner in scoring position with no outs here to lead off the 6th inning. And the number 9 hitter, Logan Johnson, is ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, McCullough needs to get into his rhythm. He's rushing it a little bit, rushing the pitches a little bit. He looks a little bit flustered on the mound. Just needs to get in and relax.
1 ball, no strikes from McCullough to Johnson, and that ball skips in there as well, and a nice backhand by Tucker Smith to keep Joey King at second base. 2 balls now, no strikes to Logan Johnson, the number 9 hitter. Johnson playing left field today. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. He swings it out, delivery, and that's ground ball to third base. That ball's knocked down nicely, flung across the infield. The next ball's going to get away as it travels up the first baseline. That's going to allow Joey King to advance from second to third, and Logan is aboard with the throwing error.
We'll get a replay. If you saw, I don't know if you see it, if you can see it on that replay, but when he stepped to hit that ball, he actually stepped out away and drove that down the third baseline.
It was an inside pitch, and he needed to get his body out of the way to hit it, and he grounded down to third. A nice hard ground ball. But now we have runners at the corners with no outs. In the top of the order, Zach Edwards up to see what he can do with McCullough. McCullough's first delivery to him is inside and low, and it skips away from the catcher back to the backstop. That's going to allow Johnson to advance from first to second as Joey King stays put at third, and that's ball number 1 to Zach Edwards.
Now already the Cougars have 2 players in scoring position with no outs here in the top of the 6th.
1 ball, no strikes to Zach Edwards. McCullough set at the waist and brings it home. That ball's fouled at the third base side. Nice play by the coach. That's what we live for as coaches, the opportunity to make a play on a foul ball.
You really like that, don't you?
I love it. Well, the Cougars have runners in scoring position. Johnson is at second. Joey King at third. No outs here in the top of the 6th inning. As we have a 1-1 count on Edwards, and he wants time. He'll step out and adjust himself, step back into the box, and we're good to go. Taps the plate a couple times. 1-1 is your count. McCullough set the pitch. Swung on and lifted. Third base side, and it's going to get out of play for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Edwards. Edwards doing the catching, doing a fine job behind the dish. I know he's impressed you, Blake, with his arm this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm a big fan, actually.
I'm a fan of his catching ability. He reminds me a lot of myself.
Oh, man. He's probably really humble, too, you know. Just
the 1-2. Swung on and driven center field. Ball is going to hang up there long enough for the center fielder to come in and make the catch, and it's not hit deep enough for Joey King to score as he remains put at third base. And so Zach Edwards will fly out to center field and not deep enough to get the run home, and that'll bring Cal Fawcett with 1 out and runners at second and third in the top of the 6th inning to face McCullough.
Nice catch out there in center field. I can't catch who that is, and great job getting it into the cutoff. Dusty Landis.
Josh Mercatcho. The sophomore Cal Fawcett up to the plate, and he swings at the first delivery and lifts it up the first base side. It's going to get out of play and foul for strike number 1. Cal Fawcett, sophomore. On the day, he has a sacrifice bunt, reached on a bunt, and then grounded into reached on a fielder's choice. So he's 1 for 2 on the day. And he takes that delivery from McCullough inside for a ball. Evens up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
A couple things we got coming up. Beeler Orthodontics, Live to Smile, Love Your Smile. They'll bring us our straight line play of the game. We also have Deemer's Glass shattering hit of the game.
The 1-1 to Fawcett is low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now.
If you need glass for your home or business, Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down the best place to call. Quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass, call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Interesting that the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets infield is not playing in to cut down that run at home, as there's a ground ball through the gap, and that'll get by the shortstop. That'll get by the shortstop and into left field, and that'll allow Joey King to score. And Logan Johnson will advance to third base, and Cal Fawcett is on second base now after the throw. So we have runners again at second and third now with 1 out.
We have a replay on that. Nice dive attempt, though.
Solid effort there by the shortstop for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. That's Gunnar Martinez. And that'll bring up Trent Williams now with 1 out and 2 on here in the top of the 6th inning. The first delivery to him is taken for a ball high and outside. Trent Williams on the day reached on an error, had a sacrifice fly, and then flew out to the center fielder. He did score a run back in the first inning. Pickoff attempt to third, and the ball gets away, but not far enough for anybody to advance, as Cal Fawcett at second base stays put. Johnson at third, Fawcett at second, Trent Williams at the dish, looking to pack on to the 6-2 lead that the Cougars have here in the 6th inning. Swung on and fouled up and over the fence. That'll even the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Actually, I'm not sure if that first pitch was a ball. Just joining us, 6-2 is your score. Cougars lead the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Cougars looking to score, though. They have runners in scoring position with runners at second and third. Trent Williams swings and fouls again. Up and over the fence, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Williams, the senior, shortstop. Batting from the right side. McCullough, bending at the waist, has his sign, comes set at the belt, brings the 1-2 home, and it's grounded through the gap between shortstop and third. That'll allow Johnson to score, and they're going to hold up Kyle Fawcett at third base. And an RBI single for Trent Williams to bring his team up 7-2 now. The Cougars over the Jackets.
Cougars are taking advantage of the gap.
And runners at the corners now for the cleanup hitter and pitcher, Tanner Isaacs. Tanner on the day is 2 for 3 with a double and a single. He was picked off at second last inning. And he bats now with 2 on and 1 out here in the 6th inning. The first delivery to him is swung on and lifted. Shallow left field, out goes Martinez. He's under it, he has the catch, and runners are gonna have to stay put as Tanner Isaacs swings to the first pitch he sees and flies out to the shortstop for the 2nd out in the inning. And that'll bring up Grayson Pace now with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 6th. Pace on the day, he's walked and grounded out, and he was hit by a pitch his last time up. The first delivery from McCullough is high for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Let me give you a real quick update on the D-backs as they play host to the Giants tonight. It's still 0-0. The 1-0-2 Pace is swung on and fouled back for strike 1. The Diamondbacks are into the bottom of the 5th, and we are pitching a no-hitter through 5 are the Diamondbacks. And the Diamondbacks only have 1 hit on the day as well, as the score is 0-0 heading into the bottom of the 5th. 1-1's your count on Pace. And he will take ball 2 high and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, 2-1 count. 7-2 is your score. The Cougars over the Jackets here late as we are in the top of the 6th. McCullough has his sign, brings it home. The 2-1 is fouled back, and that evens the count 2-2. So, Douche is wild, 2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the 6th. Score is 7-2. Grayson Pace at the plate. The 2-2 is swung on and missed on a high pitch. And Grayson Pace will go down swinging for the 3rd out in the inning, but the Cougars get 2 and they extend the lead 7-2 now. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball right here on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
30 seconds.
Okay, let's go a minute and a half.
Want to save money on your next vehicle? Then go to the place with the lowest price guaranteed. Show Low Ford guarantees the lowest price on any new Ford in the state of Arizona. Plus, every new Ford gas engine vehicle comes with a lifetime engine warranty. Thought you could get a better deal in Phoenix? Think again. The absolute best deal in the state of Arizona is at Show Low Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in northern Arizona, and soon to be #1 in the state of Arizona. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
7-2 is your score. The Cougars over the Yellowjackets as we are live at Blue Ridge High School. The Blue Ridge Yellowjackets coming up to bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They're going to send Tanner McCullough, the new pitcher. He'll bat first. Tanner Isaac still out on the mound for the Cougars. The first delivery from him is swung on and missed for strike 1 on the fellow pitcher, McCullough. McCullough wearing number 13. Bats from the right side, no batting gloves. He swings and misses at the second delivery and is quickly down in the hole 0-2 as he might have swung on a ball there as that ball bounces in. No balls, 2 strikes to McCullough, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 6th. The 0-2 delivery from Isaacs is a curveball off the outside corner. And that's a tough pitch to lay off. Good eye by McCullough.
Nice pitch.
Really good pitch. The senior, Tanner Isaacs, shakes him off. Shaken off still. Now he has it. Out of the windup. The 1-2 is swung on and missed for strikeout number 11. As Tanner McCullough goes out swinging for the first out in the inning. That's 11 strikeouts now for Tanner Isaacs.
Looks like a breaking ball breaking right across the from one side of the plate to the other. It came on the inside corner, just caught him swinging. There's no way he's going to hit that. That's a crazy pitch.
Up steps
nice pitch.
The lefty, Josh Jones, and he swings through the first delivery from Isaacs as Isaacs looks to be feeling it here in the 6th inning. Jones playing center field today for the Yellowjackets. Isaacs has his sign out of the windup, and the 0-1 delivery is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Jones. Jones wearing number 4, batting from the left side. On the day he's walked and grounded out. And the 1-1 delivery is low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
You know, kudos to the Cougars. They've had 1 inning where the Yellowjackets really put some pressure on them. They kept the composure. Yeah, they lost a couple runs in that inning, but they gained them back.
The 2-1 is swung on and lifted into right field. Coming on is Lettner. He's under it and has the one-handed catch as he comes in to his right and makes a nice running catch for out number 2 in the inning.
Not a bad placement of that shot by Jones, but it almost sounded like he didn't get a solid hit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Probably caught it off the end of the bat.
Yeah.
Good ear. And great job by our effects mic picking that up.
Yeah.
And that brings to the plate the right-handed hitting, my book fell, right-handed hitting Josh Marquecho as he looks at ball 1. Marquecho doubled his last time up and scored in the 5th. As he bats with 2 outs here in the 6th inning, the 1-0 is high and outside for ball 2. Marquecho 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a double. 1 run scored.
He's in our running for the Deemer's glass shattering.
That was a shot up the third base line his last time up as he rolled into second with a stand-up double. The 2-0 from Isaacs is a curveball that stays up. 3-0 now your count to the number 8 hitter Marquecho. Excuse me, the number 9 hitter Marquecho.
I wonder if that's left a lasting memory in Isaac's head.
The 3-0 is on the outside corner for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. As Marquecho squared around to try to mess with Isaac's vision, to no avail. Isaacs out of the windup. The 3-1 is inside for ball 4, and Marquecho will take his base on balls here with 2 outs in the 6th inning. And that'll bring the top of the order up. Seth Chavez will bat. Chavez on the day walked, struck out, He's actually walked twice with the strikeout, so he's 0 for 1. Has scored a run last inning.
That's some really heads-up base running, though.
Joe Matthews is going to pull his pitcher as Isaacs leaves the game after 5 2/3 with 11 strikeouts. 11 strikeouts on the day, and he pitched a heck of a game. It looks like Grayson Pace is coming to the mound. We'll step away for a short break. We'll be back with the conclusion of the 6th inning. 7-2 is your score. 2 outs here in the 6th as the Cougars change their pitcher. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 1067 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
Well, Grayson Pace will take over on the mound for the Cougars as he relieves Tanner Isaacs. Isaacs on the day, 11 strikeouts, 5 walks as he pitched a dandy. Held the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets to only 2 runs. Got himself out of some situations as he had the bases loaded with 1 out back in the 2nd inning and was able to go back-to-back strikeouts to get his team out of the inning. And the Yellowjackets leave the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. And again, 11 strikeouts, 5 walks for Isaacs as he gives the ball up. And he goes 5 2/3. He gives the ball up to Grayson Pace.
Nice reception by the fans as Isaacs leaves the mound. It's always great to see the support.
Absolutely. So Chavez bats here with 1 man on and 2 outs in the 6th inning. The first pitch by Grayson Pace is low and outside, skips in. Nice block there by Edwards to keep the ball in front of him. Pace, a much different style. He pitches from the right side. Has a much quicker motion as that ball skips away from the catcher, Edwards, and to the backstop. And that'll allow Marquecho to advance to second base, and 2 balls, no strikes on Chavez.
You know what I like about that is Marquecho, during the break, as Pace was warming up, he was actually pacing him out. He was pacing his lead off, watching when he threw the ball.
The 2-0 was swung on and hit to right field. Back goes the right fielder, back goes Lettner, back, keep going back, and he makes the catch. As Lettner takes a great route, he runs to his left and switches field and starts running, runs to his right, switches field, starts running to his left, and he's able to corral on a basket catch out there in right field, a phenomenal catch to end the inning as Chavez flies out to right field. That'll do it for the 6th inning. We'll head to the 7th, the last and final at-bats for the Cougars. They lead 7-2. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 1067 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Deegan Lettner will lead off the 7th inning for the Cougars after making a great catch out in right field to retire the side in the bottom of the 6th. Lettner on the day has a sac fly out to the first baseman, and a strikeout. And the first delivery to him is way outside for ball 1. Want to give you an update on the D-backs. D-backs are through 6. Patrick Corbin pitching a no-hitter through 6. 0-0 at Chase Field as the Giants and the Diamondbacks are in a battle there. The 1-0 to Lettner from McCullough is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lettner. I like Lettner's style with the no batting gloves. I don't know why, but I like it. The 1-1 is inside, and it hits him right square in the back. And that's going to sting a little bit as Lettner will jog down to first, kind of gingerly, not really waving that left arm as it hangs down there by his side. And Randy Weems, the first base coach, will have a talk with him down there.
Yeah, he's going to need to look at that left shoulder. Looked like he turned and maybe caught it. We'll see the coach. I don't know if we have a camera shot on that or not. We don't have a monitor up here, but try to walk that off.
Lettner, not a whole lot of meat on him, as he might weigh $150 soaking wet. I'm not real sure what he weighs, but he doesn't have a whole lot of meat on him, so I'm sure those don't feel great.
Yeah, nothing to the shoulder blade's going to feel good.
We are in the top of the 7th inning. Your score is 7-2. The Cougars with the lead. Their first man is aboard. Deegan Lettner hit by pitch. And that brings up Jake Reedhead. And that ball, he jumps out of the way of that ball. That ball is, he squares the bunt. The ball's thrown at his feet. He hops and up and over it for ball 1.
Almost a second. You might get to see that charge, man, after all. Yeah.
Well, if there are any 2 teams to go at it, it would be Show Low and Blue Ridge. Obviously, we don't wish that upon these high schoolers.
No, we would never say that.
But I wouldn't mind watching it. The 1-0 to Reedhead. He squares the bunt, and he pulls back, does not offer at it. And that ball is outside for ball 2. They're going to check. They're going to check down to the field umpire to see if he offered at it. They say he doesn't. You can hear the displease in the Yellowjackets fans as they thought that Reedhead offered at it. But nonetheless, it's 2 balls and no strikes on Reedhead. It was tricky. It did look like he might have offered at it, but it's called a ball. Lettner takes his lead at first. The 2-0 is swung on and lifted into right center, and that ball, second baseman going out is Chavez, and he is under it for out number 1 as Reedhead flies out to the second baseman in shallow right field.
Good play on Chavez. Call off the other players. I've got it. Nice catch.
So Joey King will bat here with 1 out, 1 man on here in the 7th inning. King on the day walked his last time up and scored a run. He reached on an error in the 2nd inning and scored. He scored 2 runs. He is 0 for 2 in the game. The first delivery to him is in there for a strike. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike to King. Lettner at first. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. The 1-0-1 delivery is lifted into shallow, deep second base, we'll call it, and Chavez is there again for out number 2. As back-to-back flyouts to the second baseman, and the Cougars, after getting their leadoff man aboard, are now down to their final out here in the 7th inning, and that'll bring Logan Johnson up to the plate.
I mentioned it before. Chavez has made several nice defensive plays, including the last 2 catches that we just saw him make, but those are hard to make. I mean, running backwards like that.
Yeah, those are good plays, absolutely, by the second baseman, Chavez. Johnson checks his swing and holds up and watches the ball go by. He's scored 2 runs. He's officially 1 for 3 on the day, scored 2 runs.
You have to have a good read on the bat on those, a jump right off the bat.
The 1-0 is in there for a strike, and that evens the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Diamondbacks and Giants are through 6, heading to the 7th, 0-0. The 1-1 is outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Again, Patrick Corbin for the Diamondbacks has a no-hitter going through 6 innings as he heads into the 7th. Gotta love it when my life is better when the Diamondbacks are winning. That's just the honest-to-God truth. 2 balls and a strike is swung on and missed. And that evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes for Logan Johnson here as he bats with 2 outs in the 7th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner aboard. It's Lettner at first. 7-2 is the score, Cougars over the Yellowjackets. And the 2-2 delivery is high and inside for ball 3. That'll fill it up, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Guess my life would be better too if I had stock in the team, man. Good call.
Yeah. It's just emotional stock.
Oh, okay.
It's not physical money.
You don't have any Bitcoins on them, do you?
No, I do not. The payoff pitch is inside, and Logan will take his base on balls, and that brings the top of the order up, Zach Edwards, and he'll bat with 2 on and 2 outs. Here in the top of the 7th, Edwards on the day. He has scored 2 runs. He singled to lead off the first, walked in the second, struck out in the 4th, and flew out to the center fielder. He is officially 1 for 3 on the day with 2 runs scored. And the first pitch from McCullough skips in there. Nice backhand stop by the catcher, Tucker Smith, to hold the runners at first and second. 1 ball, no strikes on Edwards. Edwards, junior, catcher. No batting. Oh, no, he does have batting gloves on. Never mind. I don't know why I find that important. The 1-0 is outside for ball 2.
Did you used to wear batting gloves?
I was not a batting glove wearing kind of guy for some reason. I don't know. Don't have a reason as to why. I just wasn't a batting glove kind of guy. That ball is lifted right behind home plate, and the ball's dropped. Oh, man. As the catcher, Smith, was underneath it, and the ball pops out of his glove. And new life for Edwards as he's given a gift there as that ball pops out of the catcher's glove.
Almost looked like he lunged at it just at the last second with his hand a little bit. I don't know if you saw that or not. It was just a real subtle thing, but it could have popped it out.
Made a last-second adjustment is what it looked like. It might have taken his focus off the ball. And that's a gift for Edwards as he remains at the plate. The 2-1 delivery from McCullough is swung on and lifted now into shallow center field. Outgoing is the second baseman, and he will drop it as he drops it, and that's going to allow 1 run to score as the center fielder was coming on. Second baseman's going out. Second baseman calls off the center fielder, and that ball hits him right in the glove but drops. And that will allow Lettner to score all the way from second, and Logan Johnson is going to be on third now as Edwards reaches on the air.
This is going to go against what I said earlier, but I think that run really should have been the center fielder's.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Ball right there.
The center fielder does have precedence over the infielders as far as calling off. Now there's 2 men on, runners at the corners for Cal Fawcett, and he looks at the first pitch on the outside corner, a strike. No balls and a strike. Johnson's at third, Edwards at first. Here in the top of the 7th, 8-2 is now your score. The Cougars over the Jackets. And the 0-1 is swung on and missed, and quickly down 0-2 is Fawcett. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Runners at the corners. And the 0-2 to Fawcett is swung on, ground ball, second base. Charging is Chavez, and he boots it. He hits off his glove, and then he literally kicks it, and he tosses his glove up in the air and disgusts it himself as he made the first 2 outs of the inning and has the last 2 errors.
Yeah, that's tough.
Back-to-back errors on Chavez, and that'll allow another run to come home as Logan Johnson crosses the plate, brings the score 9-2, Edwards advances on to second, and Cal Fawcett is on first base after the error.
That's a tough play. You have the base runner running right in front of you right as the ball comes in. I mean,
Trent Williams swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it onto almost the track here. Not quite, but he's down no balls and a strike. 9-2 is your score, as the Cougars have plated 2 more in this 7th inning. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Williams, and that pitch is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and a strike. And the 1-1 is bounced in. Nice stop there by Tucker Smith to keep the ball in front of him. 2 balls and a strike. Another update on the Diamondbacks. They are through. Corbin is no-hitter through 7 as they come up in the bottom of the 7th. 0-0 your score at Chase Field. Here it's 9-2 at Blue Ridge, and the 2-1 is in there for a strike. Evens the count 2-2 to Trent Williams. A little bit of a high strike, but when it's 9-2, you're going to get those calls.
Brendan, you know, the Diamondbacks are playing my boys coming up here on May 6th, I want to say.
The Rockets.
The Astros. Yeah.
The 2-2 is outside, brings the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. So the runners will get going as we runners at first and second. 2 outs here and a full count to Trent Williams. They'll be off on the pitch, and something has to happen on this pitch. Trent Williams is has a sac fly on the day and a hit. He's 1 for 3 with a walk, and he swings at a ball 4, and he knows it as he wants to slam the bat, doesn't, takes off his helmet, jogs into the dugout, and he swings at ball 4, but that is strikeout in the books and out number 3, and that does it for the Cougars in the 7th. They scored 2. They head to the bottom of the 7th, up 9-2. Last chance for the Jackets when we come back. This is Show Low Cougars presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on the web at iTalk1067.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
Let me just tell you guys something real quick about this catcher for the Cougars, Zach Edwards. He just threw his in-between innings pitch or throw down to second from his knees and threw a strike to Trent Williams. This kid is impressive. If you have a kid who wants to be a catcher, a lot of things you can learn from this junior catcher, Zach Edwards.
Been watching him all game. He throws bullets down.
Bottom of the 7th for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. Oh, as that one skips in and might have caught Edwards on the hand as he grimaced a little bit. But ball 1 to the leadoff hitter for the Jackets is Tucker Smith, the catcher. As the Cougars, the Yellowjackets trail by 7 here in the 7th inning. The 1-0 is in there for a strike. 1 ball and a strike to Tucker Smith. Smith 0 for 3 on the day with a couple of flyouts and a ground out. Grayson Pace on the mound for the Cougars. The 1-1 is a breaking ball in there for a strike. For 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now on the leadoff hitter, Tucker Smith. Sorry about the delay. My book fell. And Smith goes down swinging as he swings at a ball low and outside. And that's the first out in the inning by way of strikeout for Pace.
2 outs away from a Cougar victory here, 9-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning, 1 out.
That'll bring Dusty Landis up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 on the day with a couple of strikeouts.
We're going to be talking about a couple things coming up here. Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile. We'll be talking about that. Deemer's Glass, shattering hit of the game. If you need glass for your home or business, Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down the best place to call. Quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass, call 1-888-GLASSMAN. And then, of course, we have our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game. And Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store for the best selection of hiking, hunting, fishing, camping gear on the mountain. Go to the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. That's south of Pine Top on Highway 260.
We have a little break in the action as the Blue Ridge coach came down and talked to the home plate umpire. I don't know what they were talking about, and then the home plate umpire conferred with his umpire, and it doesn't look like anything.
You have a question about a lineup?
Oh, what they're calling is that last swing and a miss by Tucker Smith. They're actually calling a foul ball, so they're going to allow him to come back to. He's going to come back to the plate, as the first base umpire says that he had foul ball. Now, home plate umpire is talking to the head coach for the Cougars, Joe Matthews. He's pleading his case. Now, the umpire did call strike 3, but after a conference with his base umpire, they reversed the call to a foul ball, and they're going to allow Tucker Smith to come back to the plate with a 1-2 count. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tucker Smith as Grayson Pace peeks in, looking over his glove. He has his sign out of the windup. The 1-2 is low, skips in there for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes, evens the count.
You know, I appreciate that. We don't always get every call right, and they're going to talk about it and reverse a call like that. Let's show some humility.
The 2-2 bounces in there as well, and that brings the count full. So how about that for Tucker Smith? He thinks he's gone on strikes, and then he comes back and sees 2 balls, and now it's a full count. And the payoff pitch to Smith is low and inside, so you go from a strikeout to a walk, and Tucker Smith is aboard with a leadoff walk here in the 7th.
So we go from having 1 out to now having no outs with 1 runner on.
It's a crazy game, isn't it?
It's going to be crazy as when the Astros beat the Diamondbacks here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, keep dreaming. That's Dusty Landis is up now with 1 runner on, and he looks at a ball a little bit off the outside corner for ball 1. Landis again 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts on the day. And he bats here with no outs in the bottom of the 7th and 1 runner at first. Pace checks his runner, brings it home, and that is on the corner for a strike. 1 ball and a strike here to Landis.
Great ball placement by Grayson Pace, outside corner. Looked like a fastball, but it came across the plate.
Smith takes his lead at first. Pace brings it home, and that is low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
He almost has a bit of a sidearm action.
Yeah,
as he comes across his body.
Very 3/4 at the max. Yeah. But I would agree with sidearm. That ball is grounded up the third base side foul, and that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It allows for a nice ball movement from the inside corner on a right-handed batter from the inside corner of the plate to the outside corner of the plate as it crosses over.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Landis. The Diamondbacks are through 7. 0-0 is your score as Patrick Corbin for the Diamondbacks is pitching a no-hitter. But Grayson Pace is trying to get the job done here for the Cougars as he has a comfortable 7-run lead, 9-2, and the Jackets down to their final inning. The 2-2 is swung on and missed, and a pickoff throw down to first, not in time, as Isaacs wasn't expecting the throw, and Edwards threw a bullet down there to first, and Isaacs just wasn't expecting it, caught it, but wasn't able to apply the tag. But Landis has gone on strikes for the first out here in the 7th.
I tell you what, man, Edwards, do you think if Isaacs was just a little bit more prepared for that, he would have made the tag?
Oh, he's absolutely gone. Yeah. It was a monster throw. So now steps up to the plate is Zeke Kisei.
He threw that from his knees too, didn't he?
He did not. No, he stood up.
He stood up.
Yeah, he stood up. Kisei bats with 1 out here in the 7th. 1 balls and no strikes. And the 1-0 is swung on and missed on a high pitch. 1-1.
It was kind of a half regretful swing right there.
Kisei is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts on a walk on the evening. As he taps the plate, digs in, and he's ready to go. Pace has his sign. He comes set. The 1-1 bounces in there for a ball, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Nice stop by Edwards.
So Pace having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone as he walked the leadoff batter, did get the strikeout for the first out in the inning, and now that ball is swung on and lifted into right field. Coming on is Lettner, and he's under it and has it for out number 2. And the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets are down to their final out, and it's Gunnar Martinez, the shortstop.
Nice judgment by Lettner, running in on that ball. Perfectly executed play.
So Gunnar Martinez will step up to the plate. He has a double, a strikeout, and I did not put what he did last time, but he did reach.
1 out away from the end of this game, but we want to remind you not to go anywhere. We got a couple things to cover.
The first pitch
game
from
ends.
Pace is taken low and outside for a ball. It's Smith at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. As Martinez, with a 1-0 count, is high for ball 2.
That was close. Isaacs will back away from the base at first and allow for a leadoff.
The 2-0 from Pace is in there for a strike. 2 balls and a strike as Edwards pops up ready to throw to first.
No bad coverage.
2 balls and a strike. 2 outs here, bottom of 7. Cougars lead 9-2 as Martinez is trying to get the next man up. He swings and lifts the ball into right field. Coming on, now going back is Lettner. Still going back, and he drops it. It's off his glove. It's on the ground, and they're going to hold Smith at third. And Martinez is into second on the air. And so now it's runners at second and third with 2 outs for Kai Tanatongo.
That ball traveled a little bit further than Lettner expected it to. He ran in on it just a bit at the beginning. Otherwise, it would have been an out.
Yeah, he took a bad angle right off the bat as he thought it was shorter than it was. He ran in and then sprinted back.
Right.
As he quickly realized he made a mistake and about faced. And it's off his glove. So that'll bring Kai up to bat with 2 on and 2 outs here in the 7th. And the first delivery from Pace is on the outside corner for a strike.
Nice pitch by Pace. We've seen him do that a couple times already in the last 2 innings.
Pace has his sign out of the windup. The 0-1 is swung on and ground ball foul up the third base side. And quickly, Kai is down, no balls, 2 strikes. Kai has the hat trick on the day with 3 strikeouts. 1 looking, 2 swinging, and he is now down to his final strike. And actually, swung on and missed. And that actually wasn't Kai. That was the pinch hitter, Chris Verdugo. And he is down on strikes, and the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets will fall to the Show Low Cougars on their home field, 9-2. And please don't go anywhere as we will bring you the Beulah Orthodontic Straight Line Play of the Game, the Deemer's Glass Shattering Hit of the Game, and the Honda Outdoor Skiing Sports Store Player of the Game when we return. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
And welcome back to Blue Ridge High School. Brandon Todd here, Mike Side with Blake Murchison.
Got it. I was hoping you did the Italian version of my name,
Marchisio
or something. But, yeah.
The Show Low Cougars on top of the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets here in this one, 9-2, as we are set to bring you the Beeler Orthodontics Live to Smile, Love Your Smile straight line play of the game. Blake, what do you got?
Yeah, we had a couple of plays to mention here. What I'll mention first of all is Seth Chavez. Man, he had a couple of double plays, a couple of double play attempts. One really well executed at second base. They had a hard hit ground ball, runner on first. This was I think it was the top of the second inning. Runner on first was heading to second, and Chavez does a great tag and then turns around and throws the double play and just nails them. So nice job by Seth Chavez.
I remember that play you're talking about. It was a very smooth transition as he's running to his left, fields a ground ball, makes a strong pivot to his left, and fires a perfect ball to the shortstop.
Exactly.
They weren't able to complete the double play, but I'm with you on that play.
So, congratulations, Seth Chavez, play of the game.
Beeler Orthodontics, Live to Smile, Love Your Smile straight line play of the game. Now for the Deemer's Glass shattering hit of the game. Need glass for your home or business? Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down the best place to call. Quality glass at affordable prices. That's Deemer's Glass, 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Well, we got a couple that we want to mention here. The first one's going to go to Tanner Isaacs. He had a stand-up double at the top of the fifth. At the fence, lead off. It was a first pitch kind of a situation, and he just crushed it out there. We got wind in our face, and it made it all the way out to the fence, and that was a huge hit. But I also want to mention from Blue Ridge, Josh Marquecho, bottom of the fifth, same kind of situation. He cranks one over to the left field, though, and Isaacs was out towards center. But both of those guys stand-up doubles at the fence.
Let's go ahead and give it to Josh Marquecho, our Deemer's Glass shattering hit of the game, because the gentleman that you were just talking about is probably going to be the gentleman that we're picking for our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game. The player of the game is brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. For the best selection of hiking, hunting, fishing, and camping gear on the mountain, go to Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store south of Pine Top on Highway 260. Blake, who do you have for our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game?
I mean, you're right on. Besides me, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Besides the obvious.
Yes,
okay,
obviously,
gotcha. Outside of me, Tanner Isaacs, hands down, player of the game. I mean, look at this. By the bottom of the third inning, he had 7 strikeouts in the game. I mean, there was
just
no
through 3.
What's that?
Just through 3.
Just through 3 innings, exactly. He ends up with 11 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings before they relieve him with Grayson Pace. He had an incredible breaking ball. We saw that a great changeup. He was throwing some heat, 80-plus miles an hour in here. I mean, just a huge effort and execution by Tanner Isaacs, not to mention that he hit the ball well.
Yes, sir.
At the plate. So, Tanner Isaacs, congratulations. You are our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game.
We'll say this. Not only did he have 11 strikeouts, he did have 5 walks, but he also showed us about 4 different windups. He had the shoulder shimmy.
That's true.
He had the pause. He had the quick step.
He does it in style.
He does certainly keep the batters guessing. So congratulations to you. I want to real quick thank all of our sponsors: Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Heber and Show Low, Sunrise Park Resort, Northland Pioneer College, Summit Regional Medical Center, Beeler Orthodontics, Little Bluebird Studios, Deemer's Glass, the Indian Pine Restaurant at Honda, Octopus Car Wash, and Subway. I want to also thank Show Low Ford for the best place in Arizona to buy your next car, truck, van, or SUV. That is Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce. I want to give a huge shout out to the White Mountain Youth Productions. I did not get their name, so I cannot name them by name, but a huge shout out to every single one of them who helps us out. I promise you we would not be able to do this without them. And the best coverage of all high school sports in the White Mountains, definitely an iTalk crew, and thanks to the White Mountain Youth Productions. For our producer back in the studio, Ashley Harley, thank you so much. And Blake, it's been a pleasure doing this with you again. Look forward to it. I'm Brandon Todd. Your final again from Blue Ridge High School, 9-2 4-2, Show Low over the Jackets. I'm Brandon Todd saying until next time, take it easy, everybody. We'll see you next time. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school baseball on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
All right, you guys are clear.
Hey, great job, everybody.
This is high school baseball on iTalk 106.7, presented by Show Low Ford. Produced by White Mountain Youth Productions in cooperation with iTalk 106.7 Radio. High school baseball is also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, and Octopus Car Wash. And now, Show Low Ford presents high school baseball.